oh my God, you're a clout chaser. You always talk about DigDat. Listen, you can't tell me about my truth. Oh, he's a cokehead and he keeps on getting in trouble. I'm just gonna say how it is. He's made man feel suicidal. I made that Instagram. That should be my Instagram, but I gave it to him. I feel mad betrayed. The people that's invested the money. Put the fucking money in, bro. All of a sudden, what? Now you don't have no money, so daddy must give you pocket money. Bro, the world is mad, fam. But he almost died. Probably got stabbed like 30 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I ask why not?
I'm a chatty patty. The black community, you get. I'm the nigger. I'm the nigger that's gone to prison that fits the shoe. I'm the nigger, bro. Hey, the boy Bouncer. I'm here at the Shizzio show. I've come from Dubai. Got the bird call, you get me? Hear my name ringing, boom, 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 I'm here. So make sure you tune in right now. Boom.
Streetlife is the only life that we know. Ghetto life, down in the ghetto we born and grow. No.
Okay, we are back. Another episode. We want to say thank you as per usual for everyone watching. Please press that subscribe button. A lot of you are just not pressing it. I don't know why. It's free. Just press it. Help a brother out. But hey, listen, big guest in the house tonight. Oh my God, what is happening? Man received a bird call like, yo, I'm landing. I'm super gassed, I can't lie. The brother is out here like John Wick, for God's sake. Just take it out there by himself. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna find out. Truly honored. Bouncer is in the building.
How you doing, my bro?
I'm very well, sir. Thank you so much, bro. Honestly, chuffed that you would reach out and would actually want to come here.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro. Come on, man.
Honestly, bro.
Yeah, man.
How are you, firstly?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. I'm good.
Out here like John Wick.
I'm out here, man. You know,
bro,
you said that I couldn't come to the UK, so I had to pull up on everyone.
You really are out here.
I'm here.
It's like you're doing the most. It's like there's a barrage of questions I want to ask. Like,
go.
We spoke briefly when I interviewed Likkleman. We
Yeah.
spoke online.
Yeah.
You weren't too pleased with me, to be fair.
No,
right?
I wasn't. But
You
I
wasn't
had to
happy with me.
apologize.
No,
I came back and I apologized.
Very kind of you. We spoke, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And
I thought about it, and it was like, I think I saw something online, and then I was like, I didn't watch the thingy, but you know when you're like, you see things, and then it was like, but I think I was just pissed off anyway. So that's why then I came back and I had to apologize and say, do you know what, bro? Like, apologies.
No, I really appreciate that. That's like a big man thing, bruv, to just, you know what I mean? But we've spoken, and since then we've kept in contact.
Man,
come on, man. But I would like to genuinely say that again. I appreciate you reaching out, bro, because you could go anywhere right now. A man would just, you know what I mean?
Nah, bro, come on, man. I appreciate it. I see what you're doing, amazing things as well, my bro.
Thank you, man.
Come on.
Okay, we like to take it back to the start here, so let's try and condense as much as we can, brother.
Yeah.
Born and raised where, sir?
I'm born and raised in Fulton Heath, Croydon, South Norwood, that borough, that area there, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was born in Gypsy Hill.
Okay.
So but
South London.
South London, so that area, yeah.
Yeah, so we're in East. Unfortunately, we don't really venture over there too much.
Yeah.
I used to be a bouncer at the
South
Ministry
is
of
like
Sound.
Boffin, innit? The lads are really physical.
Do you know what it is?
Physical lads.
Do you know what? It's really big in South. Like, it's very vast, bro, compared to. Do you know what I mean? The only time I went to South is when I used to bounce at the Ministry of Sound many moons ago.
Okay.
But can you just break down for people that are watching what was South London like for you growing up?
Yeah, it was home, innit? It was home. I learnt a lot from my elders. I learnt a lot, do you know what I mean? Growing up from an area called Fulton Heath, Gypsy Hill, like they're like close to each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, a lot of talent in South. It was good. It was South, innit? South growing
home
up.
Is home.
There's home, innit? There was no social media back then, so everything was real. It was raw. Everything was raw. It wasn't like, there was no act. Do you know what I mean? If there's a problem, there's a problem. If there's not, there was more unity.
Right, I hear you.
There was more unity.
Are you kind of outside a lot, or are you more kind of inside?
Yeah, at that time I was outside a lot. My mum used to beat me.
Okay.
Get beaten. Like, coming in late. You coming in late, but come on, I was
It
always outside.
seems like a common theme from people born in a certain era that they would get ass whooping, me included.
Yes. That's just how it was, isn't it?
I do ask that question to guests. Do you think kids should be disciplined in that way in 2025?
I don't discipline my kids in that way.
Right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I deserve to get beaten.
Okay.
That's just what it was, isn't it?
Okay.
I was naughty. So that era, it's just it is what it is.
Have you got brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Older or younger?
Younger.
Okay, so then you're like the oldest in the house.
Yeah, so yeah.
And are you, sorry to ask all these personal questions,
No.
I just like to paint a picture. Are your like parents two like together?
Do you know what it is?
Swerve if you want to.
Yeah, can't let the people know everything.
That's cool.
You get me?
That's cool.
You
I
know?
just like to get paint a
yeah.
picture. Okay, cool. Okay, so are you out from young then?
Yeah, I was in my area. Everyone knew I was in my area
Yeah.
from young. Yes, I was about.
And it's very strange in those days, your mum wants you to come in, and in this age, your mum wants you to go out. Ain't it mad though?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Everyone stays in, they're playing gaming, they're streaming, they're watching YouTube.
Yeah.
The men these days, man, the men these days, they need to see the real world.
Bro, I think
You
that
get me?
real
They
world's
need to
gone,
see-
bro.
Yeah, well, they need to, you get me? Any little bit of hard, people are they're depressed, people online, they're trolling.
Yeah.
There was no trolling with us. We had to make it happen. We had to do things.
No, it's
we had
facts.
to make it happen.
It's big facts, bro.
There was no seeing what people were doing and keyboard.
Yeah.
Nah.
And then when you're talking about trouble, what kind of trouble are you getting into? I don't need the full facts.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
just little-
allegedly.
Allegedly, like shoplifting, and got serious, and then, do you know what I mean? Like, all the things it's on record, isn't it? Carrying a bladed article, gang violence, going to prison, robbery, drugs, do you know what I mean? It just gets, the crimes get worse.
And school, is that a thing for you? Are you studying?
Yeah, school was a thing for me. I studied.
Yeah.
I didn't get the best of GCSEs, but I finished school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know what you wanted to be when you was kind of young?
I wanted to be an architect.
Okay, we love that. Grand designs, bro. What a show. But the time spent in uni is like more than a doctor in it. I swear it's like 7-8 years. It's mad, bro. What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to be an architect. And did you actually proper try to go down that route?
No, it just sounded good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man's an architect.
Sounded
What'd you do? Yeah,
Yeah.
architect.
No,
Okay.
it sounded good to architect. Yeah,
Okay.
It sounded good.
So you're you're outside doing a lot, you're getting in trouble, and then at kind of when does it escalate into a point where it's actually a problem? Do you know what I mean? Because like you're shoplifting and all that, I would say is pretty lower tier, right?
Yeah, it starts escalating from like 17, isn't it? Like 17 when I kind of went to prison. So it was kind of 16, 17.
Is that a peer like pressure thing then? Just people around you, or are you just trying to prove yourself? What is
I think
it?
it's the environment that you're around. I don't think it's peer pressure, but you're influenced and you're around the environment, so you can end up just getting into trouble.
Right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
And have you got a name in the area? Like,
yeah, I had a name.
is status a thing for you?
Yeah, that status. Yeah, status was a thing. I had a name in the area. They used to call me Younger Zedda.
Younger Zedda?
Yeah.
Okay, can we break that down? I don't.
So there was elders from the area.
Right.
And obviously I was one of the oldest as young as he was named Zedda. So they call me Younger Zedda.
Okay.
And I used to rep the area.
So
you know what I mean?
I presume the older Zedda's not doing legal things.
We're just in the area. We're just in the end.
No, because then
selling drawers.
no, but then that would
You know what I mean?
imply
It's just-
that would imply the peer pressure because
Yeah.
you've taken his name. I would
Nah, but it
presume
wasn't-
you got to do what older Zedda is. Do you get what I'm saying?
Nah, older Zedda weren't doing nothing.
I don't know
like,
what.
It was. I think it was more based on just in the area. Like it wasn't. I know sometimes people think that because you're from a certain area you have to go out and do things, but I think just the environment that you're in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you end up like you might be in the park and you might the man that might come in with a stolen ped. That is, I think every my man's age, I think everyone's experienced a stolen ped in the park.
I
But
hear
that's
that.
what I'm trying to explain. Like it's just that's the sort of you know what I mean. And it might get a bit serious now. We've gone up the road in the stolen ped. One man's got a helmet. One man don't have a helmet. Do you know what I mean?
Escalation.
So, escalation. Yeah.
And then are you kind of fighting a lot?
Yeah, we was always fighting. It was always fighting. But that's what made us men, innit? That's what makes us who we are now. Why we're so direct, innit? If there's an issue, we can deal with it head on.
Okay.
We was always like, to be a man, to grow up. You have. If there's problems, you have one-on-one fights. You have scraps, and this is what today youth don't do. Everyone want to pick up guns and knives.
Yeah.
But we was having a lot of one-on-ones. So. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah.
We had Peter Fury here, who's from the Traveller background recently, and he was talking about the same thing about.
But you gotta respect the Travellers because
yeah.
they're any arguments they have, they go and they have one-on-ones with they come with their brother, their uncle, and they have the scrap.
And the amazing thing is the shake hand at the end. Like it's now.
Oh, I tried to do that to a boy. Recently.
We're gonna cross that bridge.
Yeah,
I've been seeing you
that to a
doing
boy,
it.
but listen, like I said, the black community, you get me. They don't really want to do that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah, I did see that, and we will get to that. I've got a whole barrage of timelines.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So may I ask, without pushing too hard, what did you go for prison for?
Drugs, robbery, conspiracy to rob.
What, all in one kind of thing?
Yeah, one was single, one was robbery, one was drugs, and then conspiracy to rob and drugs.
Right, and then what did you get?
So went to prison for. I done 3 sentences. Yeah. So one was a 4 years do 2. I done 2 years.
Right, 4 years do yeah.
Yeah, came out for 9 months and went back into prison. I got 2 year 2 months for drugs.
Right.
And then I came out for 5 months.
Yeah.
And then I got 11 years.
You got 11 years?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just talk about the first time. What is the first time like for you going in prison? Are you kind of apprehensive? Are you nervous?
No, happy.
You have to put happy?
No, happy. I was happy that I was going to prison.
Why?
Because growing up, we had no ambition. There was youth.
You were going to be an architect. How you mean, bro?
At that age, you gotta understand, and how silly.
How old are you? Sorry,
how silly how it sounds. 17.
Right.
How silly how it sounds is when I was outside actually robbing banks and security code. This is what we went to prison for.
Okay.
So you understand. So it's like I knew that one day I was gonna go to prison anyway because I was heavily involved in crime. Do you know what I mean? So there was no like, there's not today where you can go and have an online business or have, do you know what I mean? Have a ClickFunnels business or online coaching. We had no opportunities whatsoever. So working a 9 to 5 in our head, that was crazy to us. Do you know what I mean? Or learning a plumbing or architecture. Even though them trades that learn a trade. But that was crazy to us. We want quick money. And quick money was either selling drugs, robbery, or doing fraud. So I kind of knew, as silly as it sounds, I knew that I was going to go to prison. So I wasn't apprehensive. I was just like, when?
And just side note, the vans, bro. Don't they have the ink tags in there? Because I always wondered back in the day, how do man get around the ink tags, bro?
But you remember, vans used to evolve.
You get me? It's true, like, he's laughing, but I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. I used to hear about it all the time. I said, bro, how do you get around?
Vans, you evolve. We was like, there will be vans where they don't have inks, like they don't have inks, and then they started updating it to inks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you kind of know.
So you were the reason why inks got introduced.
I wasn't the reason why, but at that era, there was a lot of us that went to prison, so we can speak about it because we went to prison for it. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you enter prison and you say you're happy to go there. Is that
it was like I'm going prison.
This brother laughing a lot, but
I was in
no,
prison.
But he said he was. Did you say happy or glad? Sorry.
I was happy.
What was
to
the
be
word?
In prison.
Yeah. He said
I was
happy.
in prison. I'm just saying how it is.
Yeah.
Like we was lost. Man was lost then. I knew when it was fun and jokes. Man's in prison.
When you're in there, does it quickly become a reality? Like, hold on, this is not as what I thought it was.
Not when you're in Ashfield and Feltham and that juvenile. It's not no reality. You're just there in that part of it. Everyone's there. People's growing their afro. Boom, we're there. Everyone's on a case. It was just one of them ones. I wasn't in prison for a mad case, but yeah, okay, cool. I was looking at a couple years.
And there wasn't an internal fear factor.
Fear factor of what?
Like I could be here a long time. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to establish, is this a front?
Sentences.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Sentencing day.
Yeah.
When there was like, I could be looking at 6 years, that was like, you're always trying to get under 4 years so you can get your tag. That's it.
What?
They're trying to get you under 4 years so you can get your tag. Not a lot of people that
what does
watch
that
this
mean?
can
Sorry.
relate to.
Sorry,
Gonna relate to
yeah.
me.
Please
I'm
explain.
just saying it too.
Yeah.
So under
Explain, sorry.
4 years and under,
Yeah.
you're eligible for HDC. That's home detention curfew, where you can get tagged.
Right.
You get 4.5 up to 4.5 months early. So you do half of your sentence, but you can still come out 4.5 months earlier to be home on tag.
He's doing a finger sign. Sorry.
Yeah. Now, 4 years and over, you can't get that. Do you know what I mean? You just have to do half of your sentence.
Okay.
You get me? So that's what it means.
Okay, and you got how many years?
4 years do 2, so I didn't get no tag.
Okay, cool.
It's one of the ones.
But what are the 2 years like though? Are you seeing some bad stuff, or you just is it calm for you? Do you?
Yeah, I think the first sentence didn't really see no bad stuff. It was just calm. Everyone was cool. Everyone was brethren. You know what I mean? Everyone was cool.
Okay.
We linked up with a lot of areas. And that's where you make a lot of relationships with people from north, east, south, west. Do you know what I mean? Because you're in jail with a man from west that's in. Do you know what I mean?
He's doing something else. And then the impact on your family, I presume.
Yeah, impact on my mum was a lot because I'm my mum's only child.
Right.
You get me? On my mum's side, so it's like leaving her and then her coming up to the prison, and that's just not really good, isn't it?
Sure. Okay, you serve your time, come out, and then you go back in.
Yeah.
For a similar charge or something else?
Drugs, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's when I wasn't happy. I didn't want to go back to prison.
Right.
Yeah.
Certain people have been on this show and have told me that they can pretty much get anything inside prison. Would you like to pass a statement on that? I'm hearing drones and all sorts. It's a thing. I'm hearing whatever you want is obtainable.
I wouldn't say whatever you want, but it's just one of them ones, isn't it? Prison is it's like the outside. It's whatever you put your mind to, not whatever, but you get me? It's like most people, like if you got a phone in prison, you get caught with your phone. Do you get me? Some prisons you don't have no phones. Some prisons, it's just one of them ones, isn't it? You're not allowed it, but if you get caught with it, you get extra days.
Okay, cool. You come out. What is the second sentence? Sorry.
Drugs.
Yeah, the time spent.
I got 2 years. I done 2 years, 2 months. I got a recall like 3 months, and then I got sentenced to like 45 months. So I done 2 years, 2 months.
And how is that time in comparison to the first time?
Yeah, that time I was fighting. I was fighting like for like 3-4 months straight. I went to a prison that it was like a rival prison, so a lot of people that I didn't get on with was there. Right. And man, just mashing up the place. You get me, man? And I was just in segregation unit.
You're just fighting all the time.
Yeah.
What is the worst thing you've seen in prison?
So I was in a prison called High Point. We call it Knife Point.
Cambridge. Is that Cambridge?
Newmarket.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it Knife Point.
Right.
And obviously there was no cameras in the jail.
Right.
And then obviously there's whatever was going on, arguments, and someone got done up so badly, he got airlifted out of the
right.
Yeah, so he almost died. He probably got stabbed like 30 times.
Right.
And he had to go back to the prison, his whole face, back and neck. It's crazy, isn't it?
Was there ever a time where you felt kind of fearful for your own self?
No, not in jail.
No? Keeping a strong mind, I suppose, to pass your time. What are the things that are you're trying to? What are the things that are helping you to keep a strong mind and not break? Sorry.
Obviously, religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burpees.
Yeah.
Burpees.
Yeah.
Fitness, innit? That mindset, religion, fitness.
And does religion enter then, or did?
No, I've been Muslim before prison.
Before prison.
Yeah, I've been Muslim for like 21 years.
Okay, and you wasn't raised Muslim?
I wasn't raised Muslim.
Right. So can we talk about how that entered your life?
Yeah. R.I.P. my brother Darker. His family born Muslim.
Right.
So it's like that was like my best friend. Always around there playing. So obviously they used to pray 5 times a day. Yeah. Within a few years, just being there, watching them, seeing them pray. That's when kind of where I took my Shahada. You get me? There's a brother called Kamala D. Took my Shahada with. I still in contact with him. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's where I reverted.
And then kind of telling your parents and that, was that hard? Was it easy? How did they take it?
No, it's fine. I got Muslims in parts of my family. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't a thing where it's like
Yeah? Yeah, fair enough, I've got to ask. Okay, cool. You come out the second time and then you go back a third time?
Yeah, I was out for 5 months.
Out for 5 months?
Yeah.
And what did you go in for the third time?
Robbery and drugs this time.
Okay, so I presume when you come out the second time, you didn't want to, there was nothing telling you maybe I shouldn't be doing this. It's just,
there was.
Sounds like a silly question,
No,
do you know what I mean?
there was, but I think it was just, I think not, at that time, I didn't want to work. No one didn't want to work hard. I wasn't ready for that mindset. I was still kind of involved in gang violence and whatnot. So, yeah, I went into a cycle.
Yeah.
Came out, went in, came out, went in, came out, went in. Ended up doing 9 years, 9 months of my whole life in prison.
So the third time you go, your sentence is what, sorry?
The third, I got 11.
11 years. Okay, just hearing that though.
Yeah.
How was that? Because 11 years.
I was done.
Yeah.
I was done after that. I was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just keeping that mindset. Is it hard to keep a positive mindset when you know you're doing 11? Do you know what I mean?
What are you gonna do? Kill yourself?
Well,
But it's you gotta man up.
Yeah.
You gotta man up. But you have to have a positive mindset. A lot of people in prison have positive mindsets now when they're doing 34, 35 years, being creative, writing books now. So it does change you for the better.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what can you do? You're locked up.
Yeah.
Like what can you do?
Yeah. Are you fighting or you doing the fitness thing?
Not that sentence. I wasn't fighting.
Okay.
I think I evolved more. I just kind of focused on getting home.
And then is there like a specific moment in your mind, I guess, when the penny drops, like I don't want to do this anymore?
Yeah, I think from the 11. The 11.
Yeah. So you're like, after I'm done with this, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, bro, to bring this out.
Yeah,
you probably said it a million times.
Yeah.
Okay, you come out and the mindset is now, I am not going back.
The mindset's not going back.
Okay, cool. Right, you're out. So what do you do then? Because because I presume you need money, right? Do you want to work? Is working something on your mind?
Yeah, I was in open jail and I worked at Timpson's.
Okay.
So key cutting, repairs,
shoes.
So they taught me to earn an honest living.
Yeah.
And pay my bills.
Right.
So so that changed my life, Timpson's.
Right.
Because it taught me how to upsell to customers and just to get used to society, because I was institutionalized.
Right. Liaising with people, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, you're working at 9 to 5, and I presume that's not your end goal, right? So what do you get into to try and write?
I don't think there was any pressure, like, what is your goal? Like,
right,
what
okay.
do?
You're just living each day as it is?
Yeah, and obviously the music space was a space that my friends are doing very well in.
Right, so how old are you, sorry, when you come out?
28.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And your friends are doing music and you're working in Timpson's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are your friends in music, sorry?
I'm Krept Konan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you know them from where?
I'm growing up. They're
Okay.
My friends from growing up.
Okay, fair enough. And they're big at this time?
Yeah. That was very big at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
So then how does this work then? Do you join them? Well, what happens?
No, I just got into music management and kind of got into got into music management and started just learning how music marketing, artist development kind of works.
Right. And you're kind of taking on artists?
Yeah. I was managing a producer, then obviously I managed the artist.
Yeah.
I kind of just got in that side of things.
Right.
And started learning and it started opening up doors. But at the time I didn't see where revenue was going to come from.
Right. So you're still working at the Timpsons? Or did you just
no, I left when I got fully released.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I got released.
So you're looking after all these artists, but you're not really making any money?
I'm looking after one artist at the time. But that's when you do artist management and you start developing an artist from scratch. There's no money. No one's not making any money.
Yeah, it's a journey that you both go on, right?
Yeah.
And what are the key things that you're learning when you're kind of looking after an artist?
Just the whole management side of things, beat agreements or how to put out a song, what is distribution.
Yeah.
How do you distribute a song? How do you put it on streaming platforms?
Right.
Music videos, what is needed?
Right.
Who's a good editor?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Studio session.
Right.
What is a beat? What is an engineer? What is a mix? What is a master? What is PRS?
PRS, the big one.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta do all of these
royalties.
things, but you got to do them from the start.
Are you learning that via Krept Konan as well?
I'm not learning it via Krept Konan. I'm learning it though.
Yeah.
Like, they're putting me in contact with certain people, but they're artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, they're artists, so they're putting me in contact with certain people. You know what I mean? Sorry, let me turn off my
Now go
phone.
on, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, is this where the Play Like Dirty is born from then? Or
Yeah, it was there a long time.
And where did that name come from? Where did you derive
From
that?
Krept Konan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're not actually managing them, but you're just around them?
No, I don't manage Krept Konan.
Okay.
I don't really want to keep on talking about them though.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
obviously
sorry.
They're my bros, but I don't want, like,
Okay.
I don't want to, you know, when I have interviews, I kind of want, don't want my accolades to be like, oh yeah, Krept Konan.
I don't think it's, well, you've appeared,
what I'm saying.
but you appear to have done a lot more than that.
Yeah.
This is just the stage of the journey. But if you want to
Yeah,
swerve it, we swerve it.
Yeah,
It's-
it's swerve. Do you know what it is? Because I think that when people watch it, it's like they've heard this story a million times. I know
Fair
you've
point.
got different viewers. I know you got a lot of
There
different
is that.
subscribers, so they
Yeah.
need to
No,
listen.
it's cool.
But sometimes when I'm like, do you know, like, I feel like people's heard that story a million times, and it makes me start thinking, well, like I'm kind of clout chasing off my friends.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
FYI, I don't think that's the case. I think that's part of your journey, and that's what.
Nah,
if that's what happened, that's what happened.
But yeah, I got
Alright.
into music through the mandem.
Yeah.
And obviously in music, you don't just click your fingers and all of a sudden you're a great manager, or do you know what I mean? You have to develop artists. You have to get a track that's
Right.
that's doing well.
Yeah.
And obviously that was the main goal, innit? Of just
So how many artists are you kind of looking after then?
I was looking after one artist at the time.
Who's the artist?
DigDat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And where did you find him? Just local?
Yeah, just through his brother. I was in prison with his brother.
Right.
And yeah, that's how we kind of made the link. from
Okay.
there.
And what kind of qualities did you think that you liked?
Just wanted to be a manager.
Okay, so you weren't looking at the artist per se. Did you just need
Just
someone
wanted to be
half
a manager.
decent that you could kind of?
Just wanted to be a manager. Even I did it like obviously he said, "Oh, my brother's good," but I didn't know what genre or drill genre. I didn't even know what genre was. I just
Right.
wanted to get into the music space and be
Okay.
a manager.
Sure.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
And just putting a pin in that. Prior to that, what kind of music are you kind of influenced by? Kind of growing up.
rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rap, R&B,
Yeah.
hip hop. Yeah.
Swing era.
Yeah.
Come on, we
Come on,
love
that's
that
it.
era. Bring that shit back, man. I had flipping Horace Brown here recently, you know.
Yeah.
One for the money. That gassed me, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so that's your era. Okay, so you managed this guy, and it would appear you take him to some great heights, right?
Yeah, we've done some amazing things.
Yeah, amazing collaborations.
Yeah,
and
amazing collabs.
Is that all you? Is that him? How does that work?
Nah, it's both.
Yeah.
He's the talent, great team. When you got a great team,
Yep.
do you know what I mean? That's it. If you're the talent and you can throw things to the back end, they do what they need to do, then you got a powerful team.
And the label side of things, are you handling that? Is he handling that?
Yeah. Was at the time was handling the label side of things, who was
And the
working
big
with.
collabs, Aitch, DBE, is
Yeah.
that you? Is that how does it work? Is it
DBE and DigDat are from the same area,
Right.
so obviously they're naturally
Sure.
gonna collab. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And I think things were just kind of mutual. So I wouldn't say it's my thing or his thing. It was just naturally when
Sure.
the time was right.
And just from a manager standpoint, how much does a manager stand to make off kind of artists? Is there a percentage, like, is there an industry
Yeah.
standard?
Well, it depends.
Can
innit?
we talk on that?
Yeah, of course you can talk on that. I think with managers, artists get things twisted because a lot of artists will reach out to a manager, or they will reach out to people and say, "I need a manager."
Right.
But it's not that you need a manager; you want an investor. Do you know what I mean? And
Right.
artists feel that managers should be invested in their craft, but really, no, artists should be invested in your own craft. And if the artist is an investor, naturally, a manager should take 20% or 15%
Yeah.
of that way if the artist is always invested. But if you're an investor now, then really and truly on paper, it should be 50-50.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
let me break it down. So from what I know, a manager,
Yeah.
a label is the bank. From what
Yeah.
people I speak to, is the record label,
Yeah,
and
the
they
engine.
lend the money and they want to
Yeah, yeah.
recoup. A manager helps make that happen. And a manager, from where I stand, I think it's about 20-25%, I believe.
I was taking 25%, but I was the investor and a manager.
Okay, so you was funding
I
this.
was the full funder and I was the manager as well.
Okay.
The deal structure was 25%.
Okay, and that's all clear, everything's clear how... fair enough.
Yeah, there was no paperwork though, there was no management paperwork, you get me?
Okay, may I ask why not?
No one did teach me that. I didn't know that. No one. I come into the game with no one telling me to do anything. I had to learn this stuff myself. I learned this stuff when things went wrong.
Right.
So everything's based on relationships.
It's just verbal contract.
In Islam, you shake a man's hand, you have your word. That's your contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously for us, if I'm with any of my brethren here, and I agree something, we verbally agree to something that we're gonna go 50-50. Why is it gonna be anything else? Why would I even think anything else from that? If my friends, there's agreement, not a stranger, my friends. Yeah. Like my friends. No, that's it. So I wouldn't think anything else.
That's true.
You get me?
Some may say you're a little bit naive. Let me just say that. In the way, hold on, don't get angry, bro. Let me just, I have to keep a balance throughout this interview. FYI, don't shoot the messenger, bro, because I know what comments are gonna say. And you're absolutely correct. Yeah. But others may say you are naive because we all know people can change. Yeah? People get married and think that's person.
I didn't know people can change like that. I come out of prison, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just thought loyalty.
I was in prison from 17, Sure. You might as well say. I come out of prison and my friends are my friends. Like, whatever we're doing together, we're doing together. Yeah. I didn't know such thing about contract. Okay. Whatever the thing is, I'm investing my money, we're doing this, we're building this, this is what we're building. Yeah. We've agreed the deal structure because we said around the percentages, that's it. I didn't know about anything to do with, you need to do a contract with a friend. Yeah. Obviously now I know that. But I hear what you're saying about like being naive.
To put things out there.
Yeah.
Allegedly, you're not working, are you? So where is the money coming from?
Allegedly, I'm not working, but when you're working Timpsons or whatnot, I was working in Timpsons for a long period of time.
Right. So your own friend is laughing. I'm not. By the way, this laughter in the background is nothing to do with me. Yeah. So I don't want to hear nothing from anybody. Someone in the back. This gentleman's friend. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So do you want to pass comment on where that?
I want to tell you.
Please do.
So I worked in Timpsons.
Yes.
Worked in Timpsons for a number of about a year.
Right.
That's another area that you're gonna make money because even though they take a percentage of your earnings, right, you still get paid each month, and I'm still in prison.
Right.
Prior to that, obviously, when you're in prison, you can maneuver certain things and whatnot, like spice. You get me? Spice was my thing. It was a legal high. I can say it openly because at the time,
allegedly,
not even allegedly.
But I can't be bothered for the interview.
No, it's not even allegedly. Do you know why it's not allegedly? Because people would get caught with spice and they'll say you're just not allowed it. So at that time, before any sorts of, it's this catsy or that or boom, 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 it was a legal high, but there was a grey area in prison. Right. You get me? That was a super grey, so I can speak about it and can't do anything about it.
So it wasn't categorized.
It wasn't categorized. Right. You get me? Okay. And that's where a lot of the capital got made. You get me?
Okay.
And obviously I came home ready to do something positive, and that's what happened.
Okay, 2 questions is, number one is, I've seen the videos of the effects of that.
Is
that having any effect when you're actually seeing what it's doing to me? Because you see people turn from human to zombies.
No. I'll be honest with you. At that time, I don't know what happened afterwards, but at that time, it wasn't like that. It was just classed as, flipping, this don't come up in the piss test. I can smoke this thing and it won't come up in the piss test and it licks me. But there was no madness. Okay. Down the line, I don't know what they was spraying in it.
Yeah, okay.
But that's when it started going down the hill, and I wasn't involved in it then, and they started doing whatever.
I had to ask you from a kind of,
of course,
ask from like a moral standpoint, because we've all seen the videos of people being normal and then 2 minutes later
they're doing madness.
They can't move. Cool. And then I don't suppose we can comment on a ballpark figure earned. Of
Yeah,
how
we
much?
can comment on a ballpark figure.
How much is
around 6 figures.
Okay, 6 figures.
Yeah,
So and you want to invest this in your artist. You don't
It
want to
wasn't
invest.
about I want to invest it in my artist. It was about I came home
Yeah.
and I knew that I had a fresh start. I didn't need to commit crime.
Yeah.
As soon as I came home, everything was legit.
Right.
So whatever I needed to go into, I could take my time to do so.
Sure.
And do it and figure
Yeah.
it out. So that's kind of the position that I was in.
And was music management at the forefront? Because you could have bought property, you could have invested in, I don't know, anything.
Music management was at the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. His career seems to excel. It does well.
Yeah.
He's an established artist. And then from your standpoint, where does it go wrong?
It goes wrong when obviously you get signed.
You get signed to a major.
Get signed to a major. We've done a good deal structure. Got signed for around $1 million.
Can we talk about the structure?
Yeah, 350 for the first mixtape. Also got him 100K to go towards his property.
What's the label? Sorry.
Columbia.
Okay, that's a major, yeah.
Yeah, and then 550 for the second tape.
Right.
You get me?
And these are tapes, not even albums.
Not even albums. They had to be released within 9 months apart.
Okay, amazing. Signs the deal. He's happy. You get your percentage.
Yeah.
So then, how does that go wrong then?
No, I didn't get my percentage. I got my percentage for the 350.
Right.
But then when you're getting signed and you got all this money, you then start thinking, bro, why do I've got a label now. I've got a PR company, I've got management, I've got radio plugins.
Right.
Why do I need a manager?
So his kind of stance changed.
So where the disconnect happened was what he should have done has been like, Bouncer, I want to part ways with you, but the deal that you've got, I'm going to honor your percentage, but moving forward, I'm going to go
right. Yeah. Completely understandable.
That's what you should do.
Right. Yeah.
But what he done was he said, look, I want to part ways, but yeah, man, I don't have no percentage for you. Crack on, like. And that's where things went downhill. Okay. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Okay. Do you put that down to people in his ear or just?
Yeah, of course. It's always that. It's always people in your ear.
Okay.
Because we're on the top of. Listen, at that time there was no artist that was bigger than him in the drill scene. Sure. So it's only down to people in his ear and being around the wrong people.
So you've invested six figures.
No, I haven't invested six figures. I invested around 10K.
Okay, fair enough.
Around 10K.
Yep. You've put in time though.
Yeah.
How much time did it take to roughly build him up to this point? Would you say?
Well, I feel God was. He kind of connected straight away. It was the third music video when he started going viral. Okay. We just had the right marketing, but yeah.
And then he turns around and says, I'm not paying you.
Yeah, that's what happened, isn't it?
And then how does that make you feel? Because at one point, you're obviously that you've been that guy, and now you're being the corporate guy. Yeah,
this is what I explained. I explained this in one of my
I've not seen it.
I explained this in one of my podcasts when I was saying. I said to everyone, picture you being on the roads, you getting a box of weed. Let's say you got an ounce of weed, and you got your friends there, and you build that ounce to 100 boxes, right? Or whatever, yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. All of a sudden, your friend has cut with the boxes, like I'm just saying. This guy's laughter is. Are you going to feel any form of are you what's gonna happen? And you're from that world.
I think it's fair to say anyone would.
Okay, then. So imagine you're in the corporate world now. Yep. Because this is corporate, right? Yep. And you've got a deal structure. You know you're meant to get your percentage, right? And then you don't get your percentage. Yep. Are you meant to feel any? And this is what the internet always seems to not understand. If this was you lot, would you be upset about it? But with them, they always look at a man like, oh my God, you're a clout chaser. You always talk about DigDat. Listen, you can't tell me about my truths. You wasn't living on a blow-up bed, and my mum's had to go back to a blow-up bed homeless, bro, with only like £400 in your bank account. Totally. So no one can't tell me about my truth because that almost rubbed me out. I could have never came back from that L. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of the position where I'm at. But what I realized as well, when I was a kid, I used to do scumbag things. So you got to understand, now when you look at it, sometimes when people are young, people make mistakes. Mm-hmm. You get me? So you have to forgive people. Right. You get me? So that's kind of where it's like, this has happened. But it's like, it's happened now. Like, okay, cool. I made it through. I managed to carry on, do you know what I mean? Progressing, doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's like, do you know what I mean? That's happened, but if you put too much bad energy on that, then you will never progress in life.
Yeah. Do you put an element of karma to that? Because you just spoke about your scumbag life, quote unquote.
No, I think my karma was prison, bro.
Okay, fair enough.
Every time I done something wrong, I went to prison.
Yeah. No,
So I started just doing things right.
Okay, cool. So then you just leave that situation. You don't want to tackle that. You don't want to go for your money. Because that takes a certain amount of growth, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of growth.
And you leave that. Okay, cool. Just to fast forward, obviously now he's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Can you pass any comment on that, or?
Obviously, the whole plan with him was to just make sure he was successful, man. He was happy and he was on the straight and narrow and around the right people. Sometimes you can be around the wrong people. You can have the wrong things around you. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of jewelry or whatever. And then obviously, that's just kind of it's just one of them ones. It's like you never ever want to be in that position because that could happen to anyone. Yeah. Like if you're from where man's from. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It could happen to anyone. It just means that you played yourself and you kind of let them win. But when you're that successful, I presume you've made a certain amount of money. Yeah. One would question how in God's green earth could you even venture down that path? Do you know what I mean? Of course. Well, just having the right people, wrong people around you. So then what do you do after that then? You're back home now. Back home. No money. Deflated. COVID. Angry. COVID. Okay, COVID hit. Yeah. So then how was your COVID? Everyone was at home putting on weight, innit? Yeah, getting wham, burpees. There was no burpees at home, man. There was blow up bed. There was house party app. You get me? Do you remember house party? House party was lit. Okay. There was the house party app. And that was kind of where we was at. Yeah, but are you kind of planning at this time? Are you thinking? I was planning. Obviously, obviously this is before. Obviously, like DigDat and Likkleman was kind of similar. Like when we picked up Likkleman from jail, this is how Likkleman's coming. Right. Slowly. It's like DigDat was there when we picked up Likkleman from jail. Okay, so then let's talk about that. Okay, so Likkleman's going viral. Yeah. Likkleman's going viral because of Smokes. Smokes is the guy. He's here. Smokes is the guy that filmed all of Likkleman's videos. Swear that, brother. Do you want to come in the shop, bro? Come on, man. Smokes, you want to be in this? Can we film you, bro? Yes, you might. Yo, Smokes, sit here, bro. Sit here for 2 seconds. Come on, man. Let me give you your flowers, bro. Okay, sit there. This has never happened. Stay there for 1 second, bro. Okay, cool. So hey. Yes. No one's ever sat in my chair. I love this. Okay, so you are the gentleman that was filming Likkleman. Yeah, you can tell the story. Wait, hold on. No. Where's the mic? Yeah, wait. Are we doing this? No, you can tell the story. Yeah, man. Give me 1 sec. 1 second, man. It's important. It's important. Do you know what? I think it is important. I think it's important. I had no idea. So yeah, man. If you just hold that and then. Yeah. Just Right. One sec. Yeah, go on. Okay, Smokes. Yes. You're in prison. Yeah. Do we want to know the reason why, or should we leave that? No, we can leave that out. Okay, let's leave that out. Yeah. So you meet Likkleman, and it's your idea to film all of these videos? Yeah, so before I met Likkleman, you get me? I've seen a video. He made a video on another, it was either another prison establishment or it might have been the same one, but it was just another video. Right. And we decided to replicate that because he'd now moved onto my wing. Right. So you've seen a prior video of him doing something funny. Yeah. So he jumped in a bathtub. Right. Okay. Yeah. And you thought, let's do this here. Yeah. And it's your idea. Yeah. Manager fee. Come on, straight away. Verbal contract, 20%. I hope you niced him, bro. Okay. So then. No, come on, bro. Looks after me, man. Come on. We love that. We love that, and we love to see you too. You know what I'm saying? That's lovely. So you're like, let's kind of replicate this. No, naturally. You do the video, post it. I won't ask where the phone came from, but it's there. Okay. Blows up overnight? Bruv, it went crazy. How many views are we talking? Oh, bruv.
Like,
I don't even know, bro.
Millions, yeah?
Bounce knows more the statistics.
okay,
then,
but literally millions.
But yeah, no, it went hundreds of thousands, dog.
Okay.
I don't know. Did it go millions? It went millions.
Right.
Yeah,
Overnight success.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then for you, is there pressure to kind of maintain that then?
There was a little bit. Obviously, we're restricted. We're in prison. There's only so much we can really do. Do you know what I mean? So. And
then the ideas, are they kind of coming from you then?
They're coming from both of us. So like we're liaising. What can we do?
What
next?
can we do?
What else is this? He's created the page.
Yeah.
Likkleman in Sauce was the original page.
Right. Okay.
You get me? Obviously, from there, from Likkleman in Sauce, what's happened is he's ended up going to the block because it's gone into the newspaper.
He's in the front end.
Right, yeah. That's right here.
The Sun and the Star.
And then they've caught on that there's someone inside doing videos, right?
Doing videos, so they've taken him to the block. Obviously, we've stopped doing videos, whatever. Obviously, man's got a message down to him like, yo, just tell him it's old content. Someone's just managing and they're just putting up like the things, he's coming home soon, blah, blah, blah. So we're just running with that. And yeah, that was just kind of the main thing, you get me? But obviously that's bro, you get me?
Yeah, and then is that when Bouncer gets in touch?
No, so I've already been in touch with Bouncer with the video, so everything's getting sent out.
Okay.
So as I'm filming it, I'm sending it to bro, bro's putting it on the page.
Okay, so Bouncer's running it from start. So there's talk of you, so you're basically managing it from the start, from the birth.
Yeah,
okay,
cool. Of course.
I really wanted to know that. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, bro. We love that, and we love that we can put a face to it, bro. I'm telling you. And you're the first man to sit in this chair. We love that, bro. We love to see it, baby. I'm not a hater, bro. You see that? Okay, so you've got the idea now, like, make more videos. You're in touch with Smokes.
So Smokes is the bridge, innit? Basically, Smokes hit me up saying, I think I've got someone that may be of interest. Like, I think you can do something good with him.
Yeah.
And it was Likkleman, innit? So obviously, Smokes was sending me videos, and I just made a page called Likkleman in Sauce. And then from making that page, it just went crazy.
Yeah.
And obviously, my man went in the front of the Sun, they locked off the page, and then it was kind of, but they was sending me videos upon videos. So I had loads of like videos, but it was funny because there was so many blog pages that was like taking the videos, changing their DP pic into Likkleman to get more views, you get me? And his new page. It was mad.
And then you're obviously running this ship, right?
Yeah.
Cool. The videos are coming out. You're planning on what to do, which is amazing. You're taking that management stance, right? Your management brain's thinking.
Obviously, listen, I'll be honest. Management starts with what? There was not like, there was what? Like there was.
No, I'm saying management stance.
But what I mean is like there was no angle, like there's not like.
There's not a set plan yet.
There was a not set plan, innit?
You're rolling with
posting videos.
Yeah, you're rolling with
it. But it was Smoke saying, look, I think there's something that you can
It's got
do
legs,
here.
yeah.
It's got legs, but we just didn't know
what it was. Fair enough.
But obviously that's happened, and then obviously he's put the link, and then obviously I've met him on a visit.
Right.
I've had to go up there, meet him on a visit. Since then, we've had
And in the visits, are you like talking about a plan or not?
We're talking about a plan. But the first initial time, I just got out of prison, so I had to get 2 of my friends to go up there to visit him.
Right.
Imagine that. And then talk about a plan or what he wants to do. And then I went up there to visit him. So from Smokes doing the link, obviously I went up there to visit him. And that's when, obviously, man just had them in jail, innit? Man was the plan was like, oh, what are we gonna do here? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we know you're funny, but you're an internet sensation in prison. Okay, cool. What are we gonna do here?
Yeah. So what kind of was the plan? Did you hatch a plan? Like
there was no like. This is what the conversation was around. It was just like, look, he's obviously Smokes. Everyone knows he was in there. Obviously at that time. No one gave a fuck about Likkleman, I'll be honest with you. No one didn't care about him. He wasn't famous. No one didn't care. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So man's in there when it's not cool. He ain't getting no visits. No one's not sending him no money. Yeah. Man's doing all the above. So we're in there, we're like, look, when you come out, man's got you. Come live with man. Leave the area that you're in. Yep. I know you've been in jail. Say you've been in jail something like 14, 15 times or whatever. Leave the area that you're in. Come live with man. And we'll set up a business structure.
Right, after that.
Yeah.
First things first, we'll do it in steps, basically.
We do it in steps. We do a business, you get me? And everything was black and white, bro. When we do a business, we go 50-50. Okay. I'll invest. And that's it's just like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, bro?
50-50, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, cool. He comes out, there's a whole thing about you obviously land, you do a big thing when he's coming out of prison, which is...
We had Rolls Royces, we had everything. We had the cameraman, we had 2 cameramans.
Yeah.
My man's in Stoke Keith. Bro.
And this is you planning all this, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course, but still, we have to, you know, it's a strategy, right?
But we made it special.
You see that some people just take it for granted, but there's someone behind working. And by the way, I've met both of you guys. I'm not just trying to keep it balanced.
Yeah,
You get
keep
me?
it balanced.
Someone
man.
has to put that together, right?
Yeah,
and someone's got to make that big thing happen, that viral moment. Because viral in prison and now to carry the story, I suppose.
And even before it, if you, I don't know, you go watch the Come Up documentary. Michael Dapper even speaks. So that's like a documentary of myself. Michael Dapper even speaks about before he came out. Man, I got his new Insta page to the page that he's got now. I got his Insta page to 60k followers, 60k followers before he got out of jail by blog pages posting them. We didn't even do not even one post.
Okay, how did you do that?
Because
is that just...
it was from support from the community. We had GRM, we had Just Babe.
Right, you've got the relationships.
We had Man, we had, do you know what I mean? All these people was posting, N's TV was posting that Likkleman's coming out soon, and people were actually following the page to wait for him to come out.
But you are handling all this.
Yeah, of course.
But
that's
no,
what
let it be said. That's what I'm trying to say. It makes it obvious.
Yeah.
But I like to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm handling all this. So at the time I'm
You're building the brand.
Yeah, at the time I'm managing DigDat, and obviously Likkleman is someone new that I'm planning to work with, what I'm working with. I'm waiting for him to come out, and this is the plan.
Comes out, you take him to London?
Comes out, he first goes to Coventry, but we plan to take him to London. So I have had to go out the way and get like a close family friend, I call her my sister, to basically give up my address and say, she lives here, she's Likkleman's cousin, you get me? And for Likkleman to have a new life.
Right.
Come down there. Probation's had to go view the house. Get approval. But she's not living there, I'm living there. And we managed to get Likkleman down.
Okay. I'm impartial, so I have to give you the right to reply because he's been here and certain things were said, right?
Of course.
I'm trying to keep impartial. I know it can be difficult. I'm going to get caught up in the crossfire. But let me just say, a few of his people that he was with was saying that you don't respect Coventry guys, you weren't letting him go back to see them guys. Would you like to respond on that statement? Well, again, I have to just say, because it was said, and now you're sitting here, I have to give you the right to reply.
Let me say something.
Go for it.
So Bouncer even got a reply to this.
Okay.
Bro, I was in jail with the certain, I don't know if whoever was here.
Right.
But man was in jail with youths from Coventry that didn't care about Likkleman like that.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? So if you wanted mackerel, who did you come to? Me or Jumbo?
Okay.
If you wanted food, who did you come to? Me or Jumbo? If you wanted weed to smoke, cigarette to smoke, you came to me or Jumbo.
Okay.
So again, we cared about you, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Man's made a link with you, and man told you, bro, man ain't doing this for nothing in return. Man's doing this out of love. Man see potential. Bro knows what he's doing. Then when it's sparked off, boom. But now it's all sparked off, and you got how many followers? People now wanna, Likkleman this, Likkleman that. But you lot was nowhere to be seen when he was in a jail full of Coventry, man. So we want him in London. We want him away from certain of you, because certain of you're doing scummy things.
Okay.
Listen, they used to.
That's a fair point. So some may say, if you're going to manage someone and they use a certain.
They can't really say I didn't have no respect for Coventry, man, because there was never an issue to not have any respect for Coventry, man.
Okay.
Like the first time I've gone to Coventry is for Likkleman.
Right.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Again, I'm not here to shit stir.
Yeah. No, it's not to shit stir, but it's like sometimes in their head they make up things.
Okay.
And it just don't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've moved Likkleman to London to have a fresh life because you lot he's gone to prison 14 times and he's doing foolishness with you guys, obviously, bro. Right. So that's what's happened. You get me? For him to have a good life. Okay. That's what's happened. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Have to ask the question.
No, please ask them all, because today I'm ready for it.
Man, John Wick is out today. Oh my god. Oh, I'm ready for it. God.
Do you know what I see it as? For years, years. You see this subject here.
Yeah.
I want it to be known. For years, I've been getting bashed on the internet because of this subject here.
Sure.
And now that the poking bear is ready to chat, bro.
Just say it.
The poking bear is ready to chat. I'm not gonna shut my mouth for many years moving forward. Now that I'm on YouTube and now that I'm on live, like that's where I'm at. So just answer every question and let me answer it, and we just go from there. Because I ain't gonna lie, I feel mad betrayed, and I'll never forgive on the back of that. The fact that he even come onto this podcast again. Like he jumped on another one, he jumped onto this podcast. If you look back, bro, what has Bouncer done for this guy, bro? Come, let's go. Answer questions. I'm ready.
Too much.
I'm ready. Let's just go. Brother, done. Kalas, let's just go.
Okay, cool. You remove him from his area, right? Because you want to better his life. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fair play. Bring him down to you, okay? From there, you hatch a plan, right? Yeah? He's with you. It's all happening. Is this where the boxing comes involved? Is it what? Talk to me. What's the
boxing? Listen, Likkleman, like bro, like who's paying for videographers to film vlogs for him? Who's paying for cartoons? Go look on Likkleman's YouTube channel, bro.
Right.
Go look at all the stuff that we've done.
Right.
Who's paying for Likkleman's clothes? Who's paying for his food every day?
Right.
You get me? The guy's going like 40, 50 pounds a day, my man's eating. Who's paying for that?
Yeah.
There's no full plan of what we're gonna do with Likkleman. It's just, we've got him, that's the thing. And this is the thing. And this is why you don't see Likkleman now, because no one wants to put in money. No one don't want to invest. That's why he's home, but you don't see him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because no one wants to put in money, but man's putting in money and just being like, we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. You get me? We're gonna build up what we're gonna do. We're gonna do these trends. We're gonna do these little Instagrams, and we're gonna figure it out. Done.
Okay, fair enough. The videos, they're obviously he's out there, right?
Yeah.
And then, so what is the plan in your mind then to try and make money then?
Bro, this is the thing. Like, in man's head is like, look, Likkleman has come out of prison.
Yeah.
No brand is going to work with someone that became an internet sensation in prison. That's why no brands worked with him. No Boohoo man, no JD, no Nike, no one, bro. No one worked with Likkleman. So when you always hear this bullshit about contracts and that, what money did you make? Apart from the 1-2 vibing to music, what money did you make?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? What money did you make? Let's talk about the fight. Let's talk about this contract. Let's talk about all these areas. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because it's like, when we're like, and this is where the penny dropped, because he's come home and we're figuring out things, but really and truly, there's no brands reaching out because he's just come out of prison. Like, what does that look? How does that look as a corporate brand saying you just come out of prison? We're gonna pay you for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Maybe give it a couple of months. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It just didn't come through.
Yeah.
He's on his page. He's never worked with a big brand.
Right.
Since I was working with him, man, we never could get that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hold on. Side note, Gabor, his mic's not peaking, is it? It's just that it's getting louder. Sorry, that's fine. Yeah. I just want to make. Okay, cool. So then I presume the fight then is the avenue to make money then.
So what's happened?
You conclude.
He's gone back up to Coventry.
Right.
You get me? He's gone up to Coventry. The split has happened with me and DigDat. He's gone up to Coventry. He's gone up to Coventry before. He wanted to go back up to Coventry.
Right.
You get me? So he went back up to Coventry. Yeah. Around that time, just before that, KSI and Logan Paul was having their fight, their second fight. Logan Paul has a best friend at the time called Dwarf Mamba. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So in our head, the angle was call out Dwarf Mamba and get Likkleman on the undercard of KSI and Logan Paul.
Right. Because
we thought it would be perfect.
Yep.
Likkleman, there's no one like Likkleman. He is actually.
He can fight.
I don't think there's a dwarf in this world that can beat Likkleman.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think there's a dwarf in this world that can beat Likkleman. You get me?
Yeah.
Even though I want him to get punched up by the Aki, you get me? But there's not. I don't think there is. You get me? But anyway, so what's happened is we've done the call out. KSI's responded. Some big American blogs responded. Dwarf Mambas responded. We're thinking, yeah. But my man, he's not gonna jump in the ring. Like them Americans, they got everything. He didn't jump in. He didn't.
Right.
It fell through.
Right.
Anyway, he's gone back up. COVID's hit. We're in lockdown, so now we're in the lockdown period. We're back in the lockdown period. I remember like yesterday. His Coventry friends. I remember, bro. We've posted something, and his Coventry friends has commented like, "Oh, you didn't even do a midget fight. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. You couldn't do that." And the penny dropped, and I was like, "Wow, we tried to do a dwarf fight, a little person's fight, but we didn't do it." But there was a few people that was calling out Likkleman. During COVID, let's see what we can do if we can get a video. So we got a video from another dwarf, Russian one. You get me? And he called him out. It was a bad boy video. It went viral. We had all the pages posted. It went viral. The hype came there, and then that's how slowly Wick and Bad is formed. Where it's like the idea is there. Listen, I have no capital. I'm on my mum's blow-up bed, but the idea is there.
Right.
You get me? Business partner has hit me up, said, "Oh, this has kind of got legs here to put on the show. What shall we do?" Like, and I said, "You know what? Let's see what we can do. Let's see the logistics, how much it may cost to put on the show and whatnot." We've got a figure. It costs around 100K to put on the show. Do you know what I mean? This is what the figure that we've got. So I've raised around 50, 60. My business partners put in. You get me? There's about 5, 6 investors.
Right,
you get me, in there. So the deal structure from the show was, bro, bear in mind, we didn't know. Remember, it's COVID, you know? So we're banking on pay-per-view tickets.
Right.
Not knowing anything about pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We're just like, we believe that this show can get X amount pay-per-view tickets. We've never done this before.
Yeah.
So, obviously, boom. The deal that we've done, which they've signed, which Likkleman and his cousin and his team signed, that they don't want to talk about this one, but the deal that they've done is 20% goes to both fighters of the profits. Yeah?
Right.
So that's 40%.
Yeah.
60% goes to the investors that's
Right.
putting on the show.
Yeah.
That is the deal.
That's the deal.
At the time, bro, no one don't give a fuck if man loses 100K. It's not Likkleman's 100K or Salim's or anyone. Because they didn't put a penny in. Do you know what I mean? We're putting on the show, doing this in the warehouse, having to quarantine. We put on the show. Now the show's got something like 55,000 pay-per-view tickets at $4.99. So if you're doing 55,000 pay-per-view tickets at $4.99, obviously you got to pay the VAT. If you're guys, anyone that owns a business, you know how Stripe is. Bro, we had about 4,000 chargebacks. So sometimes if you know what Stripe does, is people charge back, and then also you have to pay an extra charge of a tenner sometimes.
What is the chargeback? Sorry, I'm lost.
So what happens with people, is scumbag people will pay for something, wait for it to arrive, and then charge it back to their account, saying that that they didn't watch the pay-per-view ticket and whatnot. Right. It happens, you get me? Right. This is anyone that has lower area, like they have a business, and you can see that people make disputes,
right?
And you have to thingy the disputes.
Right, they query disputes.
Yes,
right.
But anyway, this is what's happened with that. The shows, the capitals come in. This is X amount capital that's been made. Boom, boom, boom. It came to this is what you're getting paid. This is what you're getting paid. Now, in his mind and in everyone's mind is that the show has made millions, bro. The show is a pay-per-view show. So that means you can't get a $5 in cash, a $10 in cash, 100,000 in cash and park it off. It means that individual people are paying for pay-per-views, and it goes to one account. Yeah. Sure. So you can't cheat the numbers. The numbers are in black and white. So anyone can audit. Up to this day, you can audit the numbers and go and see the numbers. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You can go see the contracts of what you signed, and you can go see what you got paid. Somehow, man's flipping skanks Likkleman.
How much money did it make?
I don't know. I told you the show's got made. It got around 55,000.
So 55,000 times
$4.99.
Come on. Let's work the math out. Come on. Just round it up to a $5, bro. Don't worry.
Just get up.
55,000, did you say?
Yeah. Times 5. That's flipping two. Yeah, 2.7. Okay.
Yeah. So it's that's the pay-per-views come, and you're getting thousands of disputes, and there's all that side of things. Or there's like.
So are you in a profit or are you in a negative?
Bro, we're in a profit. We're not in a negative.
Okay.
We're in a profit. But after paying the disputes, we might be in a profit of like 60, 70K or something around that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? You're paying VAT. You got to pay VAT as well.
Right.
You get me? So there's all these areas. But people, no, sometimes you see people that are not educated, they don't know business. They don't even know what you have to pay in VAT, or you don't know certain things, 20% off. Do you know what I mean? You have to pay all these areas. But everything's in black and white because there's no one has attended these events. There's no ticket. There's no cash in hand.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah,
So
totally,
it's like
totally.
you can see what's happened here.
Right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Do the fighters earn anything out of that after it's all done?
Yeah, they earned 20% of
Okay, which was
the
what?
profits.
That's what I'm trying to say.
8K each.
They made
That's
8K.
what it came up to.
And you broke it down and explained it to them. Him.
Bro, they've seen the paper. His team has seen the back end.
Okay, when you
not
say
broke it down, they've seen the back end, bro. Now I want to be very clear here. They've seen the back end, bro. They've seen this gets paid here, and then the people that's invested the money, put the fucking money in, bro. They get paid. Yes, bro. You get me? The people that's invested the money, bro. Boom. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if anything, they got paid more money than the investors, which you shouldn't be. That shouldn't happen as a boxer. Sorry, you're just boxing on the show. You're not putting on the show.
right.
Yeah,
When you're saying his team, are you not part of his team? Are you not
bro.
his
His
team?
cousin Super's seen it. You get me? We've
Big up
shown his
Super
cousin
Bilal. Super Bilal's always
Get
been
me?
good to me. Got to say that.
His cousin Super's seen it.
Right.
I'm part of his team.
Right.
All of a sudden, people are whispering in his ears, man's talk, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Sure.
And now, obviously, they're super upset because where man's living now, thinking that man needed Likkleman, and the penny drops. Oh, Bouncer's still going. Oh, you're popped down, you have no money. So, it must be Bouncer that was making moves for you, right?
Right.
So, yeah. But that's kind of where it's at. So if they ever say, oh yeah, we didn't see anything, boom, 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 they're chatting shit, bro.
I've got to say what he said. He was saying there was a specific Christmas. I remember him saying that he had no money. He looked around and he had no money.
And I left him in the house. Bro, Likkleman is a 20-plus-year-old man, bro. If I don't want to bring you to my fucking mum's house around, I don't have to bring you. You can do what the fuck you want to do, bro.
Okay.
If you want to go up to Coventry, I'm not fucking got you fucking locked up in the house. You can do what you want, bro. You're your own man, bro. So when man says things like this, bro, you're not fucking 11 years old, bro. You're 25 plus, bro, that you can arrange what you need to do to go to Christmas and pattern up. I didn't have no money, bro. Do I give you pocket money, bro? So when do I get up and give you pocket money? I pay for your food. I pay for things. We create content, but all of a sudden, what? Now you don't have no money, so daddy must give you pocket money. Bro, the world is mad, fam. And when you hear the bullshit that comes out of man's mouth, you start thinking that man is actually my child, where man's locked him in the house at 11 and he couldn't eat, he had no money. I don't want to bring you to my family's house, bro. I don't want to bring you to my family's house. That's it. I'm not comfortable to bring you round to my family's house. And that's happened. So when that man comes online and says mad stuff, yeah, it baffles me, bro. Because it's like, why am I in the wrong for fucking, like, oh, man's just left you there? And, yeah, it's kind of cheeky. Like, oh, he's sitting down in Christmas, he had no money. Bro, like, you're making your own arrangements. You get me? For one, man don't celebrate Christmas, but man goes to my family house. But you're making your own arrangements, bro. So whatever you was planning to do the day before, whatever you was planning to do, sometimes you go up to Coventry, sometimes you don't. Get me? But it's madness that man's even kind of thinking about it. Oh yeah, I had no money, boom, boom, boom. This is the person that's fucking just changed his life, you know. That's built up a massive platform for him. That's housing him. That's clothing him. That's if I've got £10, I give you £5, and then you're telling, and then you come online and say fucking bullshit like that. That's madness, bro. That for me, that is madness, bro. You don't do things like that, bro. Okay. You get me?
It was said, so I have to ask the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I talk about Wicked and Bad? The drinks and all of that.
Yeah.
Where did that originate from? Is that from...
Likkleman's name is called Likkleman through man. Wicked and Bad is called Wicked and Bad through man. Whether he was saying Wicked and Bad, whether he was doing it, Likkleman. The first Instagram was called Little Man in Sauce. Then we changed it and called it Likkleman. Likkleman was called Likkleman before he even came out of prison, and we named him. So whether Wicked and Bad, whatever he's saying is slogans. You get me?
Yeah.
So if man now and say ahi or yo my people and start calling something yo my people, it's called yo my people. It doesn't mean that because my man's saying it, that all of a sudden, oh yeah, boom, this crazy business is made because my man's saying it. Because no, it's made from the creators behind it, the marketers, bro. Because if I named something Peter and Peter started doing well, it means that Peter's doing well, not because my man's calling it Peter. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's what man's kind of saying.
I want to clarify the origin, where it came from. Did it come from him? Was he saying it first?
No, he wasn't.
I gotta ask.
It was a thing that both people said. That's his slogan. Likkleman, we named him Likkleman. He started saying Likkleman.
Sure.
Wicked and bad. It's the same. You're getting famous and dangerous. It's slogans. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it doesn't. Whether we build a platform around the name, it doesn't mean that is his name. We've built a brand around him. Likkleman, man. Do you know what? I didn't even name Likkleman. It was another brother who was part of the team. Said, "Oh, my man's called Likkleman. He hasn't even met him." So that's how Likkleman came. But because he's saying Likkleman now, doesn't mean that Likkleman's like that's still. Yeah. But you're still Likkleman. But I'm just letting you know, like, because when man talks about the names and that, bro. So what does that mean though? So that mean because you started saying the names, what?
Well, I'm bringing it up because it turns into a brand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The drinks come out.
It turns into a brand, but if the drinks come out that has no relation to Likkleman.
Okay.
Do you get me? So do you know what I'm trying to say?
I think that's the point that I'm trying to get across is when that brand is established, is it just yours then? It's not part of his, is he not part of it?
Bro, he how can he be a part of a brand he hasn't put no money in?
Sure, but I've got to ask.
He ain't put no money in. Right. He ain't invested in nothing, and at the time there was no. He didn't invest. He didn't market or do a post with Wicked and Bad energy drinks.
Oh, he didn't at all.
No, he didn't.
Okay. I don't know.
No, but do you know what it is? We got to cut out the bullshit.
Yeah,
like this is all bullshit here.
Okay.
Like he didn't. But when Wicked and Bad energy drinks came out, it came out on Wicked and Bad 2 with Bouncer and Armz. That's when Wicked and Bad energy drinks come out. Right. When my man people started saying, "Oh, Bouncer's robbed you. Bouncer's robbed you."
Right,
I don't want to. Do you know? Yeah, that show. The reason why Bouncer and Armz show happened is because Likkleman didn't want to fight again because people was in his ears. Yeah. So we said, okay, cool. We can't put all the power into a man. Just remove the power. Let me sacrifice myself. Armz, do you want to have a fight? Let's do this. We managed to get Armz to say yeah, because at the time, influencer boxing wasn't a thing. It wasn't popular.
Right.
Yeah? It wasn't popular. You get me? Yeah, it wasn't a thing at all, yeah? Right. Okay, cool. Then, once man started doing the hype, Likkleman started knocking on the door. Actually, I want to fight. My money's dried out. I want to fight. You get me? So now, Bouncer got skanked. He's now been like, Bouncer, let me come back. I want to fight. So you've been paid again, 10K. No. I want to cut the bullshit out. You get me? You saying that man's been skanked for millions when the show hasn't made hasn't even made next to £500,000. Then you've come back and said, actually, I want to fight. I want to fight. And then you've been paid a £10,000 fighting purse, which your cousin, Super, and that has also signed a contract. But no one's not complaining about that. So if you've been skanked, yeah, like if someone has robbed you for millions, why on earth would you come back to fight on the same show? It does for similar money. Bro, man has had enough of bullshit, bro. Because you have people. Do you know what it is with people? People will see man doing well. It's not that what's going on with Likkleman is true. It's that because man's doing well, they hate to see that. So they will say them things to make themselves feel better. Yeah. Are you with me?
No. So just to clarify, Wicked and Bad brand is yours. It's nothing to do with him.
Wicked and Bad brand is mine. It's nothing to do with him. That's it. Just to clarify that, bro.
Have to ask the question.
Yes.
Okay. Where are you with him now?
So this is where I'm with him. Let's break this bit down because this is very important. Yeah. Right. The Bouncer and Armz fight has happened.
I do want to talk about it in depth. But
Yeah, I'm just saying, at the time, the Bouncer Armz fights happened in September.
Yep.
In December, Likkleman has gone on the +44 podcast, yeah, and said, Bouncer owns my trademark. Bouncer takes 50% of my earnings, yeah? This is what he said. And I got £8,000 and I couldn't read them right. That's what he said on the podcast, yeah?
Right.
Cool. It's gone viral. The whole world can see. Man's getting death threats, the lot. Bouncer took advantage of a vulnerable person. This is what people were saying, yeah? Cool. That's happened. I've let it. It's rubbed me out. Dirtied my name. Yeah, cool. Anyway, January's hit. That's happened in December. January's hit. I started doing Sunday Smoke. Big shout out to Tyron 1MC because he's the only one that said, nah, Bouncer helped, man. Let's get him on Sunday Smoke. This is where Sunday Smoke's coming. Insta live boxing. It went viral. 150,000 people watched it. Super.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran was on it. Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It went crazy.
Yes.
Yeah? Kept my head down. I said, cool, we've got Wicked About Boxing here. We've got Sunday Smoke. Now it's time to start involving other people, influencers, boom. We've filmed. We've left Likkleman. He's home. Do what you need to do. And then obviously we cracked on what we was doing. Now a year in, Likkleman's reached out to me. Yo, bro. I apologize. People was in my ears. Rare. I said, bro, if you're gonna apologize to me in private, you gotta apologize to me in public. He went online. He said all these things after everything that I've done for you. Yeah. We got to discuss this in public.
Fair play.
You get me? So we sat down. We had a podcast. You get me? So I said, well, where's your friends now that was whispering in your ears? Oh, they're nowhere to be seen. Okay. No problem. We've made amends. I felt like, show a good, just how the youth is meant to do it. You can sort out your differences. We've made amends. He's come back down to London. Not with me, but he's come down to London local. The guy keeps on getting in trouble. Just keeps on getting in trouble. Like, he just keeps on getting in trouble. He's a cokehead and he keeps on getting in trouble. I'm just going to say how it is. Man's trying to sort that out. You get me? Trying to get his career back in order, which man has. What has he done? Bam. Allegedly, he's put his hands on his baby mum. Okay. He's in a stolen car. He's driving a stolen car. Police have seen him. He's crashed into someone else, broke their collarbone. That's what he's now on tag for, about to go to prison for. Now, for me, bro, I am a man. Anyone puts their hands on women, you're done. You're done. I'm dropping you out. You get me? This has all happened. I'm breaking down to him. Look, why are you doing this domestic? It doesn't matter if you're short, bro. You shouldn't be putting your hands on no women. You get me? Anyway, at that time, I'm going back and forth to Dubai. I'm planning my move to Dubai. You get me? But one thing I said to me once we made amends is, I am never going to invest a penny into this guy. But I'm going to help him. But in return of helping him, because I don't want a penny from him, is I'm going to get him to do an advert to promote Wicked and Bad Energy. Yeah, I'm going to get him to do a food advert to promote it. That's my return, but I'm going to bring him back. This is what's happened. This is the conversation. Yeah? Cool. Anyway, all of this has happened. He's now, boom. I've gone to Dubai. Now, slowly, I've dropped him out. He's put his hands on his girl. I'm like, this is someone I don't want in my life no more. He's just a problem. And no one puts their hands on women. He needs to understand. Boom. He's in that predicament. He's about to go to prison, whatnot. Now, I've linked him up with management. At the time, there's a guy called AP. Yeah? That's his manager. Him, super, AP. Oh, Bounce, Likkleman, shout at me. Shall I manage him or Bro, manage him. If it can benefit you, do what you need to do. Right. Slowly, what happens? Man's got AP not really liking me because you're managing Likkleman. I'm saying, bro, I'm not in competition with you. Likkleman is someone that man's helped build up. So he's a viral. Everything that you do, whatnot, this is where you need to be. Do you know what I mean? Do what you need to do. But I kind of realized and kind of weird energy from his management. Turns out that his management now has gone back to prison for alleged putting his hands on his ex-missus. That's what he's been recalled for. So another scumbag. Like, I'm just telling you, both men put their hands on women, they're scumbags, you get me? But this is what's happened. So now I'm thinking that, hold on, Likkleman's gone to prison, he's come out, and he's jumped on this podcast. But what makes sense is, he jumped on a +44 podcast 2 weeks before that he was meant to fight. So he jumped on the podcast, he went viral, the fight didn't happen. He jumped on your podcast 2 weeks before he was meant to fight. His fight happened. So I'm thinking that, hold on, like, we've sorted out our differences. You mentioned something 2-3 years ago, and now you're mentioning it again. Like, something is, so in my head I'm saying, you're using me for PR stunt now. You get me? But then I started thinking, like, you're either using me for your PR stunt, or your management is now coming on here to say, whispering in his ear saying X, Y, and Z. Now, Smokes is a good friend of Likkleman. He's a good friend. He's in the middle of this. You get me? But and Smokes is saying, look, we know how Likkleman is. Anyone that says things or feeds into him, says things in his ear, he's gonna go act, and he's not just gonna come and say things out of the back of nothing. You get me? And then what kind of annoyed man when I watched the podcast when man kept on saying, I can't read and write, and rare. And my thing was this, like, okay, cool. So did I take 50% of your fighter's purse? I didn't take a penny of your fighter's purse. Furthermore, I've never took no money from you because you haven't made money like that. But if you want to get technical, I've invested a lot of money. I should be sending you an invoice saying, bro, this is all the stuff that I've invested. Let's backdate it. Let me go do and can you pay my invoice? Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? This is what I should be doing. So this is kind of where we're at the moment.
To be clear, Super was meant to come that day and didn't make it.
Okay.
I'm just going to be clear.
Yeah.
I've got to be impartial, yeah?
Yeah.
And he, I don't think he even liked your name being brought up. Yeah? Okay. So I will say that.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Well,
yeah? So, no, I have to say that.
Yeah.
I don't think...
This is why it's peak, yeah? Because even Super is saying that because it's been sorted out. It got sorted out. Super was on the podcast. It's got sorted out. So the Coventry people that's brought him up is... Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I'm going to get caught up in the crossfire here. I'm just going to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
I respect that.
And Super called me, and to be honest, I don't think he really wanted that stuff out. It appeared. So I've got to say that. I don't think...
big respect, because what's happened, I thought it was Super. You get me? So I've disconnected with Super, thinking we've sorted this out.
No,
what craziness have I done since then? No. That you're alleging saying that man's done.
I've got to be honest. Super couldn't make it that day, and he was gutted he couldn't make it. And he called me afterwards and was like, "Bro, I'm not really on that whole Bouncer stuff. That's a chapter that has been closed." And he didn't really like.
So why did my man he's with Coventry guys saying that?
I can't comment.
Yeah, but that's
because I'm just sitting here, right?
Bro, man's getting bashed in the comments. Like, you gotta understand. Listen, I have a daughter, bro.
Okay.
Like, I have a daughter that every time something happens at school, people mention it, bro.
Okay.
So man's getting bashed in the comments. So when that my man's coming and saying all these things, bro, I'm very offended, bro, and I'm not letting this go because, bro, like, this is man's life here. Man's got people in the comments, like, even down to flipping, like, creators program and TikTok, getting paid on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how that makes man look like, man's just taking Likkleman's money? Bro, like, I swear down. And the people that he's here with, man's just saying things, bro, and he's feeding things to him, and he's saying it. That's a prime example that you can see when you're around the wrong people, man's saying things. You can hear it in the interview. People are saying things, and it's like, bro, like, this has been discussed and aired out on 2 podcasts, and a year and a half, 2 years later, it's getting brought up again. Like, bro.
But then maybe it's my fault as well then.
It's not your fault.
I've got to put my hands up.
It's not your fault.
Because as someone that wants to know stuff, and I don't know the full story, I'm naturally going to ask them a question. So maybe I drew him out. I've got to put my hands up.
No. That is naturally what I was then thinking then is naturally, you probably asked him a question and he's felt under pressure. Yeah.
Potentially.
Under the pressure now, he's said whatever he said. But again, if I'm honest, with Likkleman, bro, you can't send him on his own to do a podcast with no management there to say we're not talking about this, we're not covering that.
Could he cancel himself?
I could.
Like, man has to prep him and say, bro, you can't do that. You can't talk about that. You can't say. You can't say certain thing that's homophobic or whatever. He might say it as a joke. I said, bro, you can't say that because the public is watching. Do you know what I mean?
I can understand that. But for any part I played, but it's not my intention. Obviously, I've got Likkleman.
Man heard these people in the background
I know he's
saying
viral.
what they were saying, bro.
So,
there was clips. Man heard these people in the background saying what they were saying. Do you know what I'm trying to say, bro? And for me, that is what actually drew the line. Like, it made me think, like, bro, like, hold on. Man's done everything for this guy and he's coming back on the podcast to rub man out. Why? Because I dropped him out. Because now I'm just not helping him. Madness.
But respectfully, I don't want it to seem like now I'm trying to shit stir with
No,
them.
you're not.
Do you get me? But I just want to know, like, I'm just asking the questions.
You're not shit stirring because I actually thought Super was there.
No, he wasn't.
So at that time,
he wasn't happy.
You get me? So at that time, remember, me and Super was following each other. After I saw that, I just kind of removed myself thinking, right, like, hold on, what is going on here?
That's the truth. I'll just say the truth how it was. And there were things I don't think he was too happy about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Because he couldn't make it. Bro. He's from up north and cool. There's one point that he made that I have to bring up was he said in a roundabout way, I don't want to say made him, but he took you kind of made, I'll say made him, you made him take the Shahada and he didn't know what he was taking. I just got to say that. No, but I'm just going to say that. Okay,
but crazy.
Right? Okay, but I don't know because it's in. No, I ain't got left, bro. Please don't do all that, bro, because I'm not a shit stirrer.
Yeah.
But he said he didn't know what he was taking. So when I questioned him with Islam and stuff, he didn't know. He just said that he didn't know what he was taking. So I don't want to pass comment on that. Again, I'm not here to shit stir. No, bro, you're making it sound. Please don't go there.
Do you know what it is though, yeah? Obviously, you got to understand, yeah, he's took his Shahada and everything from every angle, you get what I'm saying, has just gone kind of left.
Yeah.
So he might.
Everything from every angle, bro. His sisters don't like Muslims. No, let me tell you how it is, bro. Because man's got his sisters telling me that they're gonna burn the Quran. No, let's get this right, fam. So let's talk about. He took his Shahada and his sisters hates Muslims, bro. So, and when I'm speaking to them, because I'm gonna burn the Quran. I said, listen, I wouldn't want to do that. You're gonna start something very, very powerful here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when a man's coming to me saying, I've made him, bro, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a brother that's fully crazy on his deen, you know. So I'm not an extremist. I'm not an extremist. I'm not saying extremist, but I'm saying I'm not a brother that's fully crazy on his deen, you know. I commit some haram. So imagine whether you're a Muslim next to me or you're not Muslim. I don't care, bro. Do you get me?
Okay.
But I have to. Do you know what it is? I have. If man answers this phone, I have to FaceTime Turk. I have to, because Turk is part of the puzzle. I have to FaceTime Turk. I don't
want this to go left.
No,
and that's not my intention.
It's not gonna go left.
No.
But I have to. I have to highlight things.
Do you know what it is? I'm trying to keep so impartial, and I have to give a man a right to reply. That's all the reason. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not here for me to, and it looks like I'm trying to get the viral moment.
No.
But I didn't post it that short.
No, you never said it. Did you say it?
Yeah, but again, I don't want.
Hey, wait, shush. My brother, turn it down quickly, please. 1 sec. Turk, you see, man's doing a live pod, yeah? Do you know Likkleman has said that man made him turn Muslim, made him take his Shahada. I forced him to take. I didn't say the word force. No, that when he took his Shahada, he didn't know. When he took his Shahada, please break down all that taking your Shahada stuff, bro, because you was there through the whole process, bro.
Yeah, that was his choice, bro. He wasn't forced into nothing.
Bro, from jail, the brother said, I've been looking into converting, but I haven't done it. And then he started rolling with the brothers that trained him, and he got closer to yes. Brother, sorry to involve you, my bro. bro, a man is going online, yeah, and saying that basically man's got him to take his Shahada, yeah, like I'm the most piousest brother, like, or you only can roll with me, bro. Akhi, sorry, my brother, enjoy yourself. Turk, you get me, yo, my people in New York, living life, you get me. But sorry, bro, to you not get me, my bro. But love always, bro. Love, bro. Cool. He's a big part of the the puzzle.
You gotta understand the was though.
Yeah.
Took his Shahada and then everyone started doing this.
Okay.
That's what happened, bro.
That's how it's affected him. And now he's in a place where he might not feel so holy anymore.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Or so spiritual anymore.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I don't know what
Okay.
I was going to do.
I didn't want to go left like that. I just obviously.
Bro,
I've
man's
gotta give you-
religion is a serious thing. So when people come
I just have
and
to
they
give you
say
the right-
mad stuff, it brings a bad thing on man as on Islam, bro.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
of course, man's gonna react like that.
No, that's fine.
Because for me, you gotta understand, yeah, I'm not a crazy pious brother. Like,
Okay.
so whether you're Muslim or you're not Muslim, I'll be honest with you, I don't care, bro. You get me? If I can demonstrate things and I'm praying and that, and you're slowly looking at Islam and you're looking at things and you're like, this is the better way how I want to, do you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Then so be it. But
Yeah.
for the fact that my man has said that is crazy, bro.
Okay.
You get me?
Okay. Let me move on.
Cool.
But so you don't want to talk to him anymore. We're done with Likkleman. Can you see any part of you ever communicating with him, maybe for the better?
Listen, Likkleman and his management, they're scumbags. They hit women, bro. So they're scumbags.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
saying it how it
allegedly.
is.
Okay.
And I'm telling man, look, there's a lot of pressure on Likkleman now because he's been out of jail for 6, 7, 10 months and they've done absolutely fuck all with his page apart from post 1 and 2 promos. Now, he's around good people. Big shout out to the Traveller family, Dewey and that. They actually look after him. But guess what? No one wants to put no money in because things cost money. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So Likkleman will try this and that, but it will never be the same without any investors. Now look, I can't lie. He's affected man's mental health. He's made man feel suicidal. I'll be real with you. Wallahi, he's made man feel suicidal for this topic. I've had his sisters talk about burning Qurans and that. So on that note, yeah, he's a person that I would always hold some sort of animosity to because he dealt with man in a certain way. And I tried to forgive him and he come back again and said what he said. Now look, you see it online, yeah, I don't care about being looked like to be the villain. Man's heart is pure, man knows what man does. I know what I do, I know what positive I do, I know what I do to the culture. But now you've kind of poked the bear. Now I'm saying, look, here's the villain. Here's John Wick. So I'm John Wick now. So you lot can say anything what you want about me, but this situation triggers me so much because when you actually look at the whole frame of it, actually what man's actually done for him, man's just coming and saying, it's like, oh, at Christmas I was by myself. You're fucking 25-year-old man. You're telling man at Christmas I was by myself. I didn't have no money. What? So hold on. Where's all the people that is meant to be around you? Where's all your support system? So am I your only support system then? What?
Okay, so
madness.
In an ideal world, this will be parked today and nobody speaks about it again. Yeah.
What this?
No, the topic of you and Likkleman. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
in an ideal world,
I might talk about it next week, next month.
Okay.
Get me? I might troll. I might do a video and say, guys, where's Likkleman? Because you see how I see it as man's really disrespecting my character, bro.
Right.
Was it defamation of character?
Yeah, defamation of character.
That is what man has done to man. And bro, yes, bro.
Because sorry to interrupt. When the episode went out, you messaged me. It wasn't the nicest of message. Fair enough. It was a little bit threatening. Which fair enough. No, it's cool. I understand it, but at the same time, like I understand your frustration.
Yeah.
So sometimes maybe it's just let's not revisit. In an ideal world, I'm saying,
yes, of course.
just park that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
not parking it, but
okay, fair enough.
I was upset.
Yeah.
and I messaged him
No,
a
that's
couple
fine.
hours later or next day, and I said, sorry, bro.
You do, and I rate you for that.
I was
I respect
upset. You get me? I shouldn't have spoke to you like that. But this area here is like, bro, man's misfortune. You got fucking people that I don't know going on the internet telling man what man's done bad for Likkleman when people can't even invest in their self.
Yes.
They can't even put no money into their self when their own businesses. But people coming to me talking about what Bouncer done to Likkleman. What are you talking about, bro? You get me? I should have been a cunt, and his Instagram is mine, really. That's my Instagram. I named it his. I made that Instagram. That should be my Instagram, but I gave it to him. I trademarked his name to keep his name. What's happened? He's got everything. But I should have been in corporate. I should have been a cunt. Said, bro, I own this. Go on, make it yourself. I should have. No P Diddy
Man
thing.
said P Diddy.
Akhi,
Yo.
no P Diddy thing. No,
Whoa.
no Puff Daddy, Akhi. No.
Whoa.
No, brother, no P Diddy. Don't mention P Diddy
man
against
said
my
the-
name.
man-
Sorry, bro.
man-
Get him out of it. Get him out of it.
Man said the locks thing.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't really want to ask the question, but you have brought up the word suicide. How real is that? Is that
Bro,
a very real thing?
Bro, look,
because it's very.
I'm a
serious.
man, innit, so I can speak about it, innit? But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man felt suicidal, innit? You got to understand, when that happened, you have the whole world against you, bro. I had my friend Steve J. There was a few people that checked up on me, like 3 people, bro.
Right.
You get me? Bro, it was dark.
Right.
You get me? I had people online, big shout out to people online that was defending me, but I had 90% of people that wasn't. So you gotta understand, man was in the dark stage.
Right.
Dark. So you see now, you see clean hearts. Clean hearts always win.
Yeah.
I tell you, this is why, look, I don't wish badness on no one, but you gotta understand, you see when you don't have a clean heart, you will pop down, and you will always pop down, and you will always pop down. Okay. And you will see in years to come, Likkleman's not going to have the support system that he needs, because he needs the right support system, and then you will start seeing it. You just start seeing it naturally. Oh, he should have never left Bouncer. He should have never left Bouncer. Oh, that. We'll see.
Okay, I'm parking this topic now.
Cool.
Okay, can we talk about the Armz fight?
Yeah, we can talk about the Armz fight. Another steroids, man. Steroids. You get me? Joke, man.
Okay. What?
Okay, he's another one that tried to flip in come for man online as well. Like you see, like he got hard done by. He's online saying certain things. So in my head, I'm saying, bro, he's another one that really wants a rematch. But I'm just gonna leave him down there and trying to figure it out, do his little content, because that's what he's trying to do now. Okay. Because he's like, in my head, I was like, I want to give him a rematch. But then I'm just like, fuck that, man. I'm not giving you a rematch either. You're another one, bro. You're another scumbag, just like Likkleman, bro.
The fight was obviously, everyone was watching that.
Yeah. It was embarrassing.
Okay, how? Why in your eyes?
Because I told Armz, yes, bots, but because he wanted always to have the advantage and that he wanted to do MMA.
Yeah.
I said, bro, we're not MMA fighters.
Yeah.
Bro, the fight was embarrassing, but there was no way that Armz that lifts up trees is gonna beat me.
Yeah.
That's it. What man wanted to do is not what you saw. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them ones.
Yeah.
But we're not MMA fighters. If we had a scrap, it would have been more entertaining. You get me?
Right.
Someone would have got knocked out or whatnot, and kind of that is what's happened with the Armz fight. You get me? And it's like, yeah, man. Obviously, man's thingy too. But the only reason why I jumped on that fight because Likkleman didn't want to fight on the show no more, and then he turned back and said, "Oh yeah, I want to fight now."
But you was part of the promotion, the whole company that put on that fight.
Yeah, Wicked and Bad. But I'm saying the reason why I fought
you
on the
stepped
show.
in, sure.
Remember, I'm fighting on the show and running the show.
Yeah.
I'm fighting on the show and running the show. No one's not doing that.
On a Vince McMahon thing, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's true. And then can we talk about the figures earned on that or not?
The figures aren't on that. We spent around 200 and something K. We got around 18,000 pay-per-view streams at $9.99, and we lost $1 million in pay-per-view because we got illegal streamed. And someone also paid £1 a pay-per-view and had 70,000 people watching it and made £70,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much profit was in there at the end of it? You don't know?
10K loss.
10K
10,
loss.
20K loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
No money.
And then how much did Armz make? He just got a flat fee.
No, see, so what? He's lucky. He got on the day. He didn't want, because what the deal structure was listen, we put on the show, we put on the Likkleman show. We didn't know what was a legal stream. Like we didn't know that side of thing. We had someone saying that the legal streams are sorted. Mm-hmm. It wasn't.
Right.
So what the deal structure was is he has such a big following. We said, look, we'll put on the show. You take 50% of the streams. We'll take 50% of the streams, and we'll take the money of what we get for the ticket sales. You get me? Whatever you sell, you take your percentage.
Okay.
You get me? And obviously at the time, it was still COVID, but we were selling tickets for like 250 a ticket. So it was like a couple of hundred. So we made a good amount of money come back.
Right.
Now, that's kind of what's happened. So then on the day, because Armz was always trying to do funny stuff to pull out the fight. And we're like, okay, cool. You want to pull out the fight, you just have to pay the costs.
What do you mean by funny stuff, sorry?
Bro, he said he's an injury, he had an injury and this and that.
Right,
you get me? So he's trying to funny stuff. This time I've got an injury. But we're saying, okay, if you push the fight back, you just have to pay the costs of the flipping the stuff that's paying. You get me? Obviously, you can push certain dates back, but we're not taking a loss. This is our money.
Yeah.
So anyway, on the day he said, look, I don't want to do that deal structure no more. I want to pay 20,000. And in my head, I'm like, right, yeah, we'll give him 20,000 because we in our head, we think, oh yeah, we can get 100,000 streams here.
So you just took a...
So we just like, boom, but we lost the streams. Right. But he still made money, but I made no money.
Okay.
I did, like, there was no profits. I fought for free. I took the loss, bro.
Right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? In the sense of the show took a loss.
Right.
And I didn't make no fighters fee. Get me, Likkleman, that person, everyone made their money.
Yeah.
I didn't make no money.
You didn't make no money, fair enough. And then, would you have a boxing match for him now? Because I believe he said it.
I ain't giving him the opportunity. This is what's kind of happened is, he's hit man up, his team's hit man up, yeah, to have a boxing match. And I said, yeah, we need to run it back. Now, there's certain things, yeah, when you jump on, there needs to be mutual respect, yeah? We're on live. My team has said to his management team, don't mention certain things on certain podcasts. Just don't mention it. I'm not going to mention certain things like steroids or whatnot. I'm just going to keep it thingy, but I'll mention the fight. I've gone on the Blue Tick podcast and just kept it what I needed to do.
Yep.
He's gone on the Blue Tick podcast and mentioned certain things. You get me? So in my head, I'm saying, from you've mentioned certain things, your team obviously hasn't told you that you shouldn't be saying that, or you chose to still say what you're saying.
Right.
When you've watched my podcast and I ain't saying nothing mad. This is where people always go mad and they start doing mad stuff. So what's happened now is when I've watched that, I said, no, I ain't giving my man the opportunity to even have a fight, to even revive his career. Because I'm good. I can pivot. I'm amazing. I can do businesses without my platform, and I can do a bit, and I can create a lane with my platform. He needs to carry on doing skits and that, and his followers is probably lost by 100K. So I understand he needs that fight, because it's like, you lift up trees, but you let a fat shit beat you. That's kind of, so it kind of pops him down as a bodyweight. Like you're that big guy, but hold on, you lost against Bouncer, so you want to play it back to give the people what they need.
Yep.
And that's kind of where man's at. So I was going to fight him, but then I thought, fuck it, man. I'm not fighting you, man. I'm not even going to give you the even platform or the satisfaction of doing it.
Yeah.
Really, you didn't play fair, innit?
Yep. Moving to Dubai, what was the reason? Explain that move, please.
Okay, in brief, because the UK is a miserable place. Everyone's
Ain't that the truth?
Everyone's so sensitive. You get me? You're gonna see soon when you start letting out these things.
Bruv,
they're gonna be in the
I
comments.
know the phone calls already. I'm gonna get, bro.
Yeah, and it's gonna be it's a miserable place. You get me? I went to Dubai. I went there 7 times in a year, and I saw that the people that have nothing are more happier than the people that live in the UK that are just miserable under the comments. And in my head, I was like, listen, I want to live in a safe space. I don't want to have to look and turn my back behind, and do you know what I mean? And I want to cut through. I've been back in the UK for a week. You get me? Beforehand, I'm getting people telling me I'm banned from my area. Not banned from my area. I can't come back to certain places and whatnot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm saying, okay, cool. I'm back now. I've been everywhere. I'm here. Like, do you lot still believe that? Not on a pride thing, but it's just like, so moving to Dubai, it just made me feel like that's my happy space. I can create, there's lots of opportunities there. People want to help you more, and you can just live a normal life.
It's not my business to ask. It's not anyone's business to ask.
Yeah.
The comments say it all the time.
Yeah.
Is how have you accumulated the funds to move there? Your house looks lovely. It looks like you're
Alhamdulillah.
living amazing.
Alhamdulillah. And
It
these
looks like-
motherfuckers,
it looks-
alhamdulillah, and these motherfuckers don't need to know jack shit, bro.
Okay.
Because you see, evil eye is
Yeah.
a real thing, you
No.
get me? And whatever you see man doing, that's positive, that's giving back, that's all you need to know, you get
Okay.
me? Because you see in life, sometimes when you start telling everything
No,
that you're
facts.
doing, you start getting mad energy, people start doing mad shit towards that. So in man's head, you can comment whatever you want there, just know that I walk with Allah, you get me? And alhamdulillah, man's thing is just doing what I need to do. That's how I see it. And sorry if I come across irritated. It's just that whole
No, that's absolutely fine.
The Likkleman stuff
No,
is
no,
kind
no,
of
no, no.
triggered, man.
Yeah, I
Because it's
see it
like,
has, but listen.
like you're trying to paint man up into some
No, that's
crazy person. Alhamdulillah, man kind of got through it. Like man's got through that, but it's like, yeah, bro. Like you're
No,
not
that's
gonna
fine.
hear the rest of that, bro.
But in Dubai, it looks like everything is looking amazing.
Look, everything is
Do you know
hard.
what I mean?
Everything is hard. It's not.
Yeah.
Everything is still hard. When you reach higher heights and you have bigger targets, things become even harder. You get me? But alhamdulillah, I'm around well-skilled people that has taught me certain things when it comes to business, when it comes to how to develop and grow, and there's businesses that man owns that you lot will never even think of. Do you know what I mean? And that's my bread and butter. And
We're
that's
not
what
talking
gets
about
me.
any
No,
business.
and that's what makes my money. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm looking to
But-
invest. So, yeah, after
Yeah.
smoke.
Yes.
You get me? Fair enough. You are online. You're very prevalent online. Yeah. Who's to? Obviously, it's your choice to do that. But what kind of made you now want to be this kind of commentary online and document things online and have that presence?
Yeah, I feel like our scene, music culture, our scene, the people that was talking for our scene are not the right people that need to talk for our scene. Like, there's people all around the world that will come into the UK and be like, who's the guy? Who's the person that they want to get some insights?
Sure.
You get me? And there's a lot of gatekeepers.
Right.
And for me, I think like when you're doing things positive, like I'm still doing positive things, but I think when you're trying to cut through, like since I was trying to cut through, boom, DigDat, Likkleman, all man's been doing is getting bashed for progressing. So now it's like, oh, you want to see a villain? I'm going to speak my opinions about what you lot think, but you don't never want to say it. So with my YouTube, I always try to make sure there's some sort of gems that people can learn from, but at the same time, it's my therapy. My YouTube's my therapy. I'm not doing it to flipping, I'm not doing it to be like, oh shit, I'm gonna secure a crazy deal. I'm just doing it as my therapy, but I'm doing it to show insights. I'm just doing it to like call people a spade, innit? Like this is right, this is right, this is wrong. Yep. This is what needs to look at. And when people look at our scene now, they have people like Tanks, you get me, where he's goated. He's the one that started this lane, and man's followed after him, and then there'll be many more people to follow. So yeah.
When you say you come through the mud with all of these people, has it made you stronger in character? Is it that attitude of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger?
Yeah. It's the attitude of like, in real life, I'm loved. Do you know what I mean? So in real life, I'm loved. On the internet, I'm loved. But on the internet, I could be deemed as the villain. Bouncer could say water and people will troll me for saying water.
Yeah.
I understand that's my branding now. I understand it. And that's what works.
Do you play into that character?
Of course I play into that character. That's why you lot are seeing it now.
Well,
You lot want me to say these other things, so I'll say it. Do you know what I mean?
If you're doing it for them, does that take away from who you really want to be inside?
It's not that I'm doing it for them. I'm just speaking. I'm not holding back.
Okay.
Before I would word things a bit better, but now I'm just saying it how it is.
Okay.
Like, oh, you're a scumbag. Like, I would have worded things and said he shouldn't have really done that. But now I'm just saying, bro, he's a scumbag
You're
for
blunt.
doing that.
You're being blunt.
I'm being blunt.
Okay.
You hear me?
So there's certain. can I just talk about certain topics that you yourself have touched upon?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And it's caused kind of backlash. We start with Fumez.
Oh yeah, Fumez the engineer.
Obviously things you've said and then they kind of have reciprocated.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when like you kind of, they're always talking back at you, these people?
They
like,
can, but if you want to look at business, Fumez the engineer is the engineer. He shouldn't be claiming publishing for artists. That's what he's doing. So he's scamming the artists. I won't say no more. I know information. I work with artists. Like when they're saying, yo, bro, I was 17, 16 and I had to sign my things to Fumez, and I was underage, and this was happening now. My plugged in has been taken down. So when I'm saying things, like I'm giving Fumez his accolades, and I'm saying he had this much business, he could have done that. But he's now clapped back like they all do, and they get defensive and they say personal stuff. So then now, when I start coming back and saying, this is what's happened, this has happened, actually, I've got the receipts here because I've already sent it to his management team. I'm waiting for Fumez to be like, oh, because now I will get these artists to be like, this is what's happened. Is this true or not?
Some may argue the push that he gives artists.
That he can take their publishing. In business,
Okay,
sorry,
hold
as
on,
an engineer, no.
No, but
as an
okay.
engineer,
But he's not
you
an
can't. He's an engineer.
He's not.
No,
Now, come on.
His name's Fumez the engineer.
Yes.
He did not make them beats. Let's not get
Okay,
technical
go on.
with music stuff.
Right.
With technical with music stuff, he didn't make the beats. Producers are entitled to
Okay,
publishing,
fair enough.
not engineers, bro. Producers are entitled to publishing.
I've got to look at both sides, yeah?
Okay.
Right? He's an engineer. He now has a platform that goes beyond an engineer.
Okay,
Safe
cool.
to say that?
Okay,
his
yeah.
YouTube channel, his
Okay.
reach, yeah?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
right? So some
Okay.
may say there's now, there's a charge or something involved if you want
Yes.
if you want the amplification,
that
if you
should
want
be a
that
charge.
springboard.
Okay, there
I don't
should
know
be
if
a
it
charge.
should or shouldn't.
No, there
but
should be a charge.
There's always been a payola in life,
Yeah.
right? Let's
Yeah.
have it right, whether it's a DJ or
Okay,
not.
yes,
so some
of course.
may say that's a form of payola.
Okay,
That
okay.
just happens.
Okay, let me break it down now. Get me? Because people are going to sound stupid now. I'm going to break it down. He claims most of the streams. He gives artists 6K, 4K. He takes the rest of the streams. That's his payola. Now, in music, as a musician, yeah, if you are a recording artist, guys, yeah, your publishing is your publishing. If your producer makes a beat, you record on the beat, you give it to Fumez the engineer, and he mix and masters it. It means, yeah, that the producer takes their publishing, and the artist recording takes his publishing. Now the streams, whatever deal structure that Fumez the engineer has done, that's his streams. This is why he's took down all the videos on press play. He's took them all the old videos on press play, but he's left the streams up. Why is it? Because that's his bread and butter. But the videos on press play is not his bread and butter because Danny Press Play owns Press Play. So the old ones is getting Danny Press Play paid. Do you get me? So that's why he's taken that down. But the streams now, guess what? They're still up because that's what's getting his monthly residual income. So I'm just saying, as being fair, if we want to start getting technical, I'm just saying that as publishing, artists are meant to receive the publishing. No one is meant to not. The reason why Mace is saying that Diddy skanked him.
No,
Diddy.
Diddy.
The reason why Mace is saying that Diddy scammed him because Diddy owns Mace's publishing.
Yes. But,
Yeah?
okay, record labels do that.
He's not a record label.
Right, okay. Record labels' jobs are to distribute and amplify artists.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Now in 2025, whatever
Tell
it is,
me.
that amplification could be seen as YouTube viral, right?
That's fine.
So,
YouTube's
so
YouTube.
on the technicality, you are correct. But
YouTube's YouTube. Publishing is different, bro.
but it's an avenue to blow up an artist.
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
you
I don't
can't
know.
take. You can't take.
I'm just trying to be fair.
Okay, cool. But
You have to sign, remember?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is some.
But-
labels, they sign contracts.
Right, I'm
what I'm trying to say
sure
to you-
there's some type of signing
yeah,
game.
but publishing, yeah. Look, I'm telling you, like there is. You see, like legally, yeah. You see a producer, yeah. You can't. Producers entitled to 50% publishing. No one can't take a producer's publishing. An artist is entitled every time their song gets played on a radio station, wireless or whatever, they're entitled to 50% publishing. If two producers made the song, 25. Is the artist done the hook and the artist done the verse, 10%,
I know.
whatnot. I'm saying the engineer should not be taken publishing from the artist.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's fine. But
I know people are gonna
I'm
bash
just gonna
me,
talk back.
but that's not
Yeah,
meant
but
to
I'm just gonna
happen.
say, I think in this capacity, he's not the engineer.
So
Just
what is he then?
Huh?
What is he?
He's the platform. He's the fire in the booth. He's the whatever.
Labels don't take publishing.
Okay.
Labels don't take publishing, you know.
Some of them are cheating.
Labels.
Diddy did.
Okay, cool. Let's
No,
go
but I'm
with it.
saying
Island Records. No, Island Records, Columbia Records, Black Butter, Relentless. They do not sign artists' publishing. They sign artists for their streaming, their masters. Now, you have Sony, ATV, or you have these other places that sign artists for their publishing. This is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
This is where people get confused.
I had to just, you know what I mean? I had to provide some form of balance.
Of course.
I'm just gonna highlight on some of the topics that I've recently
that's
because there's just when I did a Google, there's millions of them, bruv, man. Like flipping neck, bruv. Let's talk about the crypto coin.
Let's talk about it.
Because there seemed to be some type of
let's talk about
fireback about what is it? Crypto Eats.
Crypto Eats.
Would you like to elaborate?
Let's elaborate.
Because I'm seeing one side.
Yeah. So
Take it
Crypto
away.
Eats. There's about 20 influencers that's promoted Crypto Eats.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone started a coin and has got everyone involved to push the coin.
I was one of the influencers that promoted it.
Right.
Didn't do my due diligence. It turned out to be a rug pull.
Right. A rug pull is when it's sold.
Yes.
And, all right.
Okay. Now, a year down the line, everyone was blaming me. Oh, Bouncer promoted this coin, so Bouncer robbed everyone for the money. This is what's happened.
Right.
This is what they're saying. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is it you though?
Because I am that nigger. I'm sorry, bro. I'm the nigger. I'm the nigger that's gone to prison that fits the shoe. I'm the nigger, bro. So what's happened is a year down the line. I'm sorry, it's true.
No, but you're gonna make.
I'm the nigger, bro. So a year down the line, what's happened online is when Amio Talio started going viral and he got found out and whatnot for Paradox and that became a big scam. The same office.
What was that? A rug pull as well?
No, it wasn't.
okay,
that might have been legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't
but
know.
They were saying that it was a scam.
Right.
Yeah. Amio Talio's people done their research and realized the same office that Crypto Eats scam was a part of was the same office that Paradox was,
Right.
and they done the thingies on my YouTube.
Right.
So this is what's cleared my name now. That Bouncer is not Bouncer no more, but people really wanted it to be me.
Okay.
But when they start talking about Crypto Eats, I just said, go look at my YouTube. Go watch my YouTube.
Is that why you two had a little argument then?
Me and him has had an argument because he's an oppressor online. So he will try to bully kids. Do you know what I mean? He will try to bully kids. Right. I jumped in and he's going back and forth. When I catch him, I'm going to punch him up as well when I see him. Amio Talio, when I see you, you're going to get punched up. But yeah, he's someone that he just hides, you get me? But anyway, that's why me and him has been going back and forth. But he tried to scapegoat me for Crypto Eats and people think it's me. But now there's proof has come out, it's him.
Right.
That's it.
Fair enough. Had to ask.
Yeah, thank you.
Fast forwarding, you've been very vocal about Spray and Pound Sterling fight. Yeah, can we talk about that? Yeah. Obviously, Spray's been on the show. Big up, Chronic's been on the show. I've been on their show.
Big up, Pound Sterling.
Big up,
Spray,
everyone what they're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all for the culture, and we love to see it. Now, Spray said that he wanted a certain amount, and then you've entered the chat and said you want to put on this fight. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So then, where did the grievance start?
The grievance started through we're going back and forth. Trying to make the fight happen.
Right, so you were actively trying to make this happen, trying to get the funds sorted.
Yeah, the funds are sorted.
Okay.
It's just we're trying to make the fight happen. You have to do agreement, like you gotta do. But obviously, look, while that was happening, you have little scumbag MC Versatile that has seen everything that's going on.
Right.
As a representative for Misfits.
For Misfits, right?
He reached out to Mams.
Yep.
And then Mams, He's saying, look, this fight can go on, boom, boom, boom. Now he's reached out to Spray, said, look, we can put this fight on Wembley.
Right.
Spray saying, look, Bouncer's got the money, just make the fight happen. He's trying to take the fight off, man.
Right.
And kind of that's where the fight's kind of gone downhill. Obviously, Pound Sterling's put whatever he put up on his socials and saying, look, my man, Misfits didn't actually hit me up directly. It was my man.
Okay, let's put a pin in that. Can you appreciate, like, obviously that's ruffled your feathers, right? And you're upset. Yeah. But can you appreciate if two people want to fight, surely it's like a purse bid. Surely you can appreciate.
So what's happening now with that is, this is what's happened. So you can ask Spray, he comes on there. Spray's hit me, he said, yo, Misfits has hit man up for the fight. It wasn't MC Versatile.
Right.
So I said, raw, Misfits is trying to take the fight. I said, brother, get the fight over the line, sign for the fight. Once the fight is signed, once it's announced, then I'm going to do my YouTube and start trolling everyone. Right. That's it. Because I said, bro, do the fight on Wembley, because for what's that's going to happen with your PR, it's going to take it to another level.
Yep.
You get me?
Yep.
Bro, I will still promote the fight. So you understand that's where man's at. But I was like, once the fight goes over the line, they announce the fight, then I will flipping jump online and start doing, oh yeah, man's done this, or man's took the fight.
Obviously, you calling them scumbags and say that they took your, I don't know, they took your idea. Can we say that?
So obviously, I spoke to Mams, and look, of course they took man's idea, bro. Like Wick and Bad Energy came before their drink. What's their drink called? Prime. Yeah?
Right.
Influencer Boxing. Yes, KSI was fighting on a platform. Influencer Boxing in the UK when it wasn't cool. Wick and Bad came before them. Man's putting on shows.
Right.
They came in. I can be vocal about it because this is what I feel that's happened.
Right.
It doesn't mean, sorry,
go on.
That's what I feel that happened. It doesn't mean that big organizations has come in and they've done what they needed to do. This is what happened. Big organizations will see an idea and they'll amplify the idea. I'm one person. I didn't have no one coming to support me.
Right.
And this is what happened. But it doesn't mean that I can't say this is what I feel that's happened.
You can't be frustrated
about it.
about
Yeah, of course. You can see. If you go back, go see when the first time that Misfits put on a show and go see the first time that Wick and Bad put on a show. Then go see when it came. It's like 2 years later, and then you will see. It will speak for itself.
Some may argue energy drinks existed before Wicked and Bad.
Yeah, of course.
The celebrity boxing fights did happen before Wicked and Bad.
Yeah, not in the UK though.
Right, okay, it doesn't. Okay, fair enough.
Not a
But
platform.
hold on. But the internet's the internet, so it's seen, isn't it? Like it's seen globally, right? I can do that. So, can you take full credit for? Is that really your baby? Do you
What
get
do you
what I'm
mean?
saying? Like you're saying they're copying your formula.
Bro, they copied man's formula. That's it. Forget about KSI or that person fighting and there was the first to do influencer boxing. There was no influencer boxing platform in the UK. In the UK.
Not professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. In the UK before Wicked and Bad. There was energy drinks. There was no energy drink, bro, that was attached to boxing and influencers in the UK before Wicked and Bad. That's all I'm saying. KSI, Logan Paul, before that, we've seen that and that idea and everything has come from, let's have a boxing platform and go from there. So they didn't they didn't box on their platform. They boxed on someone else as a promotion. Right. We're a promotion now. You get it? So that is where things has happened. You can't that's the technicalities of it.
Okay.
You can't now man's done it. We need to them lot's done that, so we need to do that as well.
KSI is a British guy, right?
Yeah.
He's a global star.
Yeah.
So, some would say the next common sense would be we could just start our own thing.
Why didn't you? 2 years later.
Maybe they were testing the waters and they realised the income.
Waters?
Maybe I don't know. I'm speculating.
Anyway, they can test the waters. Just look at it now. Look, I understand what Wicked and Bad. Look, Wicked and Bad. Wicked and Bad, you can see with boxing, it's like Misfits. Misfits has died down now, bro. They're dying. They're doing a show, but it's not. Without KSI, it's not where it needs to be because boxing is hard, bro. I didn't have no budget that Misfits and KSI, but I've still managed to put on shows that's trended #1 twice and trended #2 with no budget, with no crazy followers on Twitter. So I know what to do with marketing. I know what boxing matches is to put on. So I'm an advocate for my culture, who I'm a part of. I don't own the culture. I'm inside the culture. I'm an advocate for bringing opportunities to my culture. So anyone don't like that, I don't care, because I'm an advocate for bringing opportunities to my culture.
Okay. So you're saying you've got the 100 grand each. If
It wasn't 100 grand each.
what? Okay, Spray. But you got
Spray
the
said
money.
he wanted 100K. I said
Made it happen.
I said, look, there's investments there. The show's gonna come up to 250. We've put on shows for that. It's
Right.
not hard. We know what to do, bro. But I'm saying the money is there.
Right, to clarify, the money's there.
The money's there to go.
Now, I've spoken to Mams. I'm very
Yeah.
good friends with Mams.
Yes.
Okay, I've had conversations with him.
Yes.
So I don't want to digress too much about personal
Yes,
conversations.
and I've had conversation with
There you
Mams.
go. So what
They was never going to pay Spray 100K. And
So-
he's not tapped into the culture like that. Is Versatile's reached out to him and said, oh,
Okay.
so this is why I done a video. I done a video and I apologized to Mams for calling them scumbags.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
let's get this right, yeah?
No problem.
Yeah.
Now, Mams has told me the offer is $50,000.
Yeah.
Right? And that's his offer.
Yeah.
Okay? So you can beat that offer.
Bro.
It would seem
Brother,
you could
there's-
purse bid and beat that offer.
Brother, listen.
So
my
therefore-
offer was that Spray's hitman said, look, they're involved in that.
Okay.
Spray's tried to hit them back. The fight hasn't happened. Forget this. We haven't gone back and forth with purse. There's no purse bids
no.
because Pound Sterling is not.
Okay.
He's not.
Okay.
We don't know what Pound Sterling is saying.
Just from what I know,
Yeah.
their offer is $50,000, which would then, if you've got more, leave you in the clear to perhaps make that happen.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So you could potentially make this happen
Can't make it happen.
because of Pound Sterling.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Can't make it happen because Pound Sterling don't want it to happen.
Okay, fair enough. But I'll just got the clarity that was their offer.
But my thing was this. You don't need a Spray and Pound Sterling fight. Just leave us to do what we was doing. Before Bouncer started doing YouTubes, no one didn't care about it, bro. Because this thing was going on. But all of a sudden, Bouncer started doing YouTubes and Instagram and whatnot. People started getting cared about and messaging each other, messaging thingy, I've got this fight. So this is what I'm trying to say is Bouncer might be mad and people might think, oh, Bouncer's, oh yeah, it's all this, that. But I'm saying before Bouncer speaks on something, no one didn't care about it. Why wasn't there an offer before I spoke about signing?
Right.
That is my thing. My thing
Right.
is give the offer. Why was there an offer? But now that Bouncer's done YouTube's, there's hype. Versatile's now been like, look at this. It's not Mams' fault. It's Versatile's fault because it's like, look at this. Look. I'll give man this.
Can you blame him though?
Why?
Because if you're that guy to amplify things, number one, that's great on you,
Yeah.
right? Because you are that guy to amplify things. Someone's seen that and is going to try and
Get his commission.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Is that
okay,
not business? Is that not?
For so he's done it with the Paige Keiki and Tennessee fight.
I don't
no
know.
problem.
I don't know.
This is someone that I think what the issue is. This is someone that was in my DMs last week that a class says, oh yeah, I chat to him.
Oh, so it's an ethical, moral
I
thing.
know him.
Right, okay.
You get me? Like it's morals, innit?
Okay, fair enough. I don't know.
Because what makes it worse is not like you hit man and said, bounce. Do you know what? I'm gonna hit up Misfits
Okay.
and see if man can get a bigger bag.
That's what your agreement
and boom,
is.
boom, 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 boom. You just didn't say nothing.
Okay,
You said nothing. And then the person who you went through, that person said Bounce is putting on the fight and Spray said Bounce is putting on the fight. You still have my number and say, bro, man can do X, Y, and Z
Okay.
here, but you just didn't say nothing. So that is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Listen, you see in life, yeah, if someone comes and someone outbids or this happens or this happens, it happens. That's the game, bro.
Yeah.
You get me?
That's
that
the
is
point I was
game.
trying to make, I guess.
That's the game. But what I'm trying to say, there's lines around it.
Morals and ethics is your
that
is your
in
thing.
my head is like,
Sure.
bro, like you was talking to me last week, but you was doing this
Yep.
a couple days later.
Sure. From that, obviously, everyone's got an opinion.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I bumped into a Funky Dee video and he seemed to have an opinion. How do you take all of that? There's a lot of
Bro.
accusations made. You have the
It's
right
the
to
internet,
reply, I
bro.
guess.
It's the internet.
Yeah. So
Funky
so
D.
do you pay it no mind then?
I don't pay it no mind because Funky D. I've said something about Funky D. So Funky D has all the right
Okay.
to break down because he's giving me promotion. If he now looks at this and gives me more promotion, that's it. It's not that deep.
Okay.
Because you gotta understand my brand. You're doing that. You speak on me. You're just giving me more traffic
Yeah.
because I'm always classed as the bad guy anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
Like, you're there, boom, boom, boom. Post the envelope, bro. Post the envelope.
Oh yeah. What was that
Yeah,
about?
post the envelope.
What is this envelope?
Post the envelope.
Okay.
I'm finished. Post it. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got no dark secrets unless you're gonna do something where you're like, oh shit, and you're gonna post my family online. Be very mindful what you're doing, because that's when you take things to the next level. But apart from that, post the envelope, bro.
He did say at the end that they made an offer to fight you or something.
Bro, I'm not gonna fight. I don't want to fight Funky Dee. I don't want to fight you. That's it. I'm not giving an opportunity for even him to even make money.
Right.
From man, you gotta make it your ways with your £8 club appearances, whatever. You're not getting that opportunity, bro. I'll be honest.
Do you get offered a lot? Like, are you the guy that people just love to hate? Is this
Nah,
what
do you know
it
what it
is?
is?
Are
I
you
feel-
just public enemy number one?
I don't think I'm public enemy number one, because I think that I get bare love by the Asian community.
Yeah.
I get bare love by man's community. I get bare love in person.
Yeah.
So I think that my branding just needs to be this because it just works for me,
And
bro.
you just accept that.
And I accept it, bro.
And you work it.
And I work it, because on anywhere, I don't feel hate in public. I feel, let me get a picture. I feel congratulations. I feel you're doing good things. So I don't feel hate in public.
And just to touch like the UK mentality compared to the Dubai mentality, is it very chalk and cheese then? Are we very negative here? Are we very trying to strip
Bro,
people
look,
down?
When I came
Is that
here,
the way
I
you
love.
see it?
I'm happy to be home.
Yeah.
You get me? We have so much opportunities
Mm-hmm.
here, and it's like your environment. Like there's people around the world in Africa, Pakistan, and areas where they don't make anything,
Mm-hmm.
and it's where they was born. They don't have the opportunities that we have here.
Yeah.
Are you with me? But
Totally.
yet here, we're so entitled and angry. Then when you see other people that are doing well, naturally, it just makes you get angry because other people are actually naturally doing well. So you just say things to make you feel good, but moving on, you're just projecting.
Yeah. And then touching on that just a little bit, this Vic gentleman has
Yeah.
very vocal, wants to fight you.
Yeah.
Where obviously you haven't given some people the time of day, i.e. Funky Dee. So
Yeah.
then where do you
So-
draw the line of now
so-
I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you my attention?
So
'cause you-
Funky Dee and Vic is classed as a road youth, yeah? He's from the streets.
Right. I'm unaware by the way.
I'm just saying, Funky Dee is not from the streets.
Right.
He's classed as a Fumez engineer. It's entertainment. And I respect Funky Dee for what he's done. He's an old school legend.
Yeah.
There's no issue there. I'm not going to see Funky Dee and all of a sudden have an issue with him. But with Vic, he puts on this fake crud persona and everyone thinks he's the baddest man. Now, I'm used to be from the streets, an ex-road person. So what my thing is, yeah, is this. You look, one sec. What my thing is, you're throwing me off, bro. What my thing is this, yeah, is Vic done a video and he basically said that I can't come back to the ends. I can't come back to the UK. I don't feel safe in the UK. But he didn't know that I was in the UK when he made that video in the ends. So what I done was, okay, cool. You've DM'd me and you said you want to have a boxing match with me. So I'm saying, bro, no, what we're going to do, we're from the streets as men, this is what the traveller community does, is I'm going to come to your ends and we're going to have a scrap. That's it. I'm going to come by myself. Whatever happens, I walk with Allah. We're going to have a scrap. And he hasn't replied. Now, you have to deal with people like that are from the hood, because more and more people will start trying to draw you out. And you have to nip that in the bud. So that's that. My reply with Vic is like, okay, cool. That's just where I'm at. If Funky Dee sees this and Bouncer don't want to fight me, but Funky Dee will beat me up. Done. That's it. Class. It's done. Happy. Done. But Vic, that's the energy that I had with my man, because it's like, bro, I can't allow you to say things, then the next person and the next person and the next person will say things. You get me? So that's kind of where I'm at.
But can you understand in the wild, wild west of the internet, this is just, it just seems like another person sending for that. So.
No, so there's more underlying issues
I don't know.
with Vic.
Okay.
And you got to understand, with Funky Dee, what videos that he makes and whatnot, bro, it's entertainment. Like, he called me a meerkat. I'm in these DMs laughing. I don't care.
Okay,
like if I saw him, it's banter. Like, I don't, like, there's no malicious, there's no issue with that.
So
but
then
with
where's
Vic,
the malice in the, go on.
the malice with Vic is the stuff that he was saying in his videos. It was personal, and it was saying kind of role stuff that is like, okay, you're saying all this. Okay, I'm in the ends, and I'm coming. Let's deal with this in the end. Just have a scrap. You get me? And he did it. And that now you can't now. I told you it's Monday. I'm here till Friday. Just have a scrap. You haven't replied. I never want to hear about you ever again. Now there's posters saying Vic's missing. Where's Vic? He's missing. Have you seen the posters?
I've seen the posters.
Yeah, so the posters saying he's missing, and it was banter. Now it's banter, isn't it?
Right.
But it's just that's how you have to deal with people, because I come from that world. So it's like if we're gonna still put a positive message out for the youth, just have a one-on-one.
I guess my concern is the worry that you're gonna get drawn back into this when really you've kind of elevated yourself to do other things, be that guy, provide positivity. Okay, you talk about polarizing issues and it's all online and it's a great example. No, you're
but
right.
Where
you're actually taking it to the street.
You're right. Do you know what? I've received 100 messages.
It's a bit concerning. Do you know what I mean?
I've received 100 messages about this, but you gotta understand, is I'm a human being. Sometimes you can't allow people that are from the streets thinking that they can just openly come out and say things. You have to nip it in the bud, because it means that other people will keep on saying it. Now, let me fuck off back to Dubai and stay out the way, because I can't. But if I'm in London, I start just doing silly things because I'm a human. Do you know what I mean? It's like, when you start hearing that you're banned from your area, not your area, but you're banned, you can't come in, then it's like, man's been everywhere today. Man's been everywhere. Man's rolls everywhere. What are you talking about? Bro, I am an old school person that is a real person, and I will rather get slapped over than a man ever come to me and pressure me. I'm sorry, it's not happening. And I want to keep it positive, but I just want to leave people don't listen to all these people that are online that portrays, because everything that man's done is always portrayed helping people, positivity, boom, boom, boom. So now when people look at me like, oh, Bouncer, you've gone too far. Well, you lot's made me go too far. Like, I've had enough.
And then this kind of online fighting, are you kind of done with that now? Or is it?
No, Week in the Bad's coming back.
Week
in the Bad's coming back.
Are you going to headline that, or are you just more happy doing the Vince McMahon thing?
Yeah. Week in the Bad's coming back. We're going to put more money into our culture.
Yeah.
We're going to give more opportunities to our culture.
Amazing.
Do you know what I mean? We're going to get...
Is it going to be here or Dubai?
Both.
Okay.
Here, Dubai, Saudi, Abu Dhabi, it's going to be both.
And is there kind of ideal fights that you would like to see? Like,
yeah, I want
let's say now you had the funds, you had to do it.
I want to put on the Lippy and Taze fight. It might not be a big fight for other people, but for our culture, the rematch is a big fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ask this thing, which you might enjoy or you might hate me. I think you'll enjoy it. And then we're almost done. Thank you for your patience. I know it's very warming. Why don't you open the door, man?
Yeah, please. I am dripping.
Do you know what? I was going to open the door, but it's not my studio.
No, I appreciate that. Open the door, man. Thank you so much for your patience. Right, this thing, and then we're almost done, is we ask AI to ask you questions. So this is all AI generated. Yeah. Okay, some of it you probably answered. If it's a bit too personal, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Yeah? I haven't even read them, yeah?
Cool.
But it's this thing I do because, right? No, I'm telling you, bro, look, chat, what is it at the top?
Yeah. Music industry, art management.
Chat GPT at the top, okay?
GPT,
all right, cool. Okay, why did your relationship with DigDat really fall apart? Was there money involved? We've answered that.
Yes.
Yeah, leave that. Do you feel Krept Konan gave you the recognition you deserve for your role in Play Dirty's success?
Yeah, of course they gave me the recognition because they was a vital piece to the puzzle that elevated DigDat. And they taught me a lot of things in terms of gave me the right connections. So of course they did.
And then how is that seeing kind of Nala's Baby and Safeways and they're expanding their...
Well, they've made... I'm an investor in Nala's Baby, so Krept has given
me
the opportunity.
Dividend, baby.
Yeah. So Krept has given me an opportunity to invest into Nala's Baby.
Okay.
So, and he done that to all of his friends.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Dividends healthy.
Well, of course.
Dubai money. Second swimming pool. Indoor pool, soon land. Man don't want billiard table, man wants snooker table. Oh, we love that. Okay.
You're funny.
Beautiful. Is there an artist you regret working with because they disrespected your loyalty or efforts? I think we pretty much we can decipher from work. Yeah. What's the dirtiest move you've seen in the UK music scene?
The dirtiest move I've seen in the UK music scene is I'm gonna say there's I'm gonna name 2 people. I'm not gonna name both of their full names,
Right.
Because you don't want to get down for
Allegedly. Everything's allegedly.
Yeah. But I want to name.
Hearsay, banter.
I'm gonna name a person called Archie. People know him in the music scene, and I'm gonna name a person called John.
I have no
People
idea.
know them in the music scene. Now I'm not gonna mention their second names because they're very intact people. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Side note, thoughts on Wiley? Can he make a good comeback, do you think?
Well, the person that I just named had something to do with
fucking
Wiley,
hell, bro.
but
Okay.
allegedly that.
What did you say, John? Did you say John?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. Okay.
So you can't make a comeback.
Okay,
No, I don't
you
think so.
can't. How do you feel about like certain people with, no, this is me now, because he's opened a little Pandora's box, but the control that some people have over industries.
I think they do need to. I think that the people need to have control, but
Yeah.
they should be the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think that control is too much? It's like you can't say certain things, you can't do certain things.
I don't think it's too much. I don't think there's nothing crazy in the music industry, I don't think there's nothing crazy that people can't do. I just think there's bad people in it that's done bad things.
What about the current state of cancel culture?
There's no such thing as cancel culture because there's
But it
there's
doesn't-
sex offenders that's on TikTok that TikTokers support. You get me? But in our culture, they will try. There's no such thing as cancel culture. I'm telling you, bro.
Really?
There's always someone that's like, but.
But it would
There's
appear
someone-
you say certain things, you're not really progressing past a certain point. Do you know what I mean?
But do you need to progress past what point? Do you know what I mean? If you know how to make money in business, what is your goal? Like, is your goal to live happily ever after? Or is your goal to be the most famous person and being like, yeah, I'm a legend because I've done X, Y, and Z? So that's why I said there's no such thing as cancel culture, because I'm online. No one not sponsor me, but I'm very good because I understand business and I understand how to monetize, and I will always be able to make money because I have these skills and I learn every single day. So if I now can't delete all my socials, I will still be very good because I know how to make money.
You're passing on this information as well. Are you doing? You're doing talks right now or something?
Yeah,
aren't you?
yeah.
Like, can we
Yeah.
explain that a little bit? What is
Yeah,
just passing on the knowledge?
So I'm giving managers, artists information about things that they don't know,
Right.
so they can educate themselves when it's their time to work with a major or get a distribution or work with each other, so they don't go through the pitfalls that myself or any other artist did.
And are you on the lookout for artists still or not?
I work. The Bouncer Hub is a marketing company, marketing coaching. So if they sign up and they need a package and they want man to develop them with many artists that we do, that's what we do. Do you know what I mean?
But it kind of would appear that you know everything. You've got the right roots. You know what's going on.
I don't know
Are you-
everything, but I have
you
I have
know
a good
a sufficient amount.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Are you not sometimes tempted where you hear someone be like, bro, I can really take that person to, I can take him to the mountains.
I look at business and I'm like, okay, cool. How many artists has been signed for £1 million in the UK? Not many.
Right.
Yeah. So for me to put graft in for 2 to 3 years to potentially, hopefully, get that artist signed for £1 million to receive 200,000 for 2 to 3 years, it might not be worth my while
worth your time.
as the businesses that I may be in might generate that commission or net to that within 2-3 months. So I look at that to see, does it make sense for my time at the time, and how much time is it going to cost?
And then how is it
How
for
long is it
you
gonna
seeing
take?
artists like Central C become global now at
Amazing.
a time where we couldn't foresee
Amazing.
that? Do you know what I mean?
Amazing.
Do you think that just opens the doors for everyone else?
Amazing.
You just
Opens
think
the
he's-
doors. It opens the doors for everyone else, and it's amazing what he's doing. It's amazing what his team's doing.
All them questions were mine, by the way. That wasn't AI. You get me? Man just came in. Oh, how you mean, brother?
Propaganda that you're saying.
I've got receipts, brother. I've got receipts. Okay. Do you believe the UK industry blackballs certain people? Yeah, well.
Yeah, of
I
course,
think,
yeah.
How real is influencer boxing? Do you think some of the fights are rigged?
I don't think that any Misfits fights are rigged, if I'm going to mention Misfits. I think they're all real fights. I do think that influencer boxing, yeah, there is rigged fights.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's easy fights.
Right.
So it's like, but not rigged, like
Yeah.
go down.
Right, I hear you. Was there real tension between you and Armz Korleone, or was it all for show? I think you've answered that.
Or it became for show. It was for show. Then it became tension.
Okay. What's the biggest ego you've had to deal with in the Wicked and Bad camp? Swerve that if you want. Okay. Have any big names in UK rap turned down a fight with you out of fear? Fuck that. Is Wicked and Bad just a hustle or a genuine sport platform in your eyes?
Genuine sport platform. It's a marketing platform. When you see it come back, it's a marketing outlet. Even though it's there to be boxing, energy drinks, sportwear, but it's a marketing outlet because always eyes always look at the brand.
And the drinks, are they still about?
They sell. So my business partner, he does festivals up and down the country.
Okay.
And we sell a lot in festivals.
What about retail?
Not in retails, but we're gonna bring it back soon.
I've got a shop. Have you got retail? Have you got things for me?
Yeah.
I've got a branch at 8 stores.
Oh.
Yeah. Commission.
Madness.
Yeah.
Madness.
I've got that. You get me? We're gonna talk over the
Yes.
years.
Madness.
You get me? Okay.
Yes.
Do you feel your past in the street still haunts your business moves today? Oh, that's an interesting one.
No, not my business moves, because my past in the streets, bro, I'm so far gone in the business space. My past in this, people don't even care about.
So your
that.
reputation doesn't precede
Don't care.
you.
Not in the streets.
No.
People
Is
don't
that
care.
in Dubai or here? Because
Everywhere.
yeah.
Everywhere, man. Business in corporate world is totally different. That's where business is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
You converted to Islam or reverted. I'll put. How do you reconcile that with the violence and themes in drill and rap you help promote? Whoa.
Well, listen, I come from. We watch movies, right? There's violence and that in movies. So it's not trying to blackball drill music. Like drill music was made 1964.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But my way with the youth, whatever their expression, the real aim is to get them from that space and get them in the straight and narrow. And that's what the aim was. So where I come from is a rough background and they're rapping about the stuff that happened as we grew up, that's just what happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But we can't watch mad films that kill people, or we can't listen to musicians that take drugs and OD and people die on drugs, and then all of a sudden it's that stigma of like, oh yeah, but people talking about stabbing people. It's there's movies it's as a whole.
Yeah. Have you ever feared for your life due to the industry beefs or past street issues?
Yeah, of course.
Have you ever cut off people from your old life who didn't grow with you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Have you made $1 million from music or boxing? Truthfully.
I think with money, is an area where people, you gotta understand, people are not in positions that they're not in great positions. So it's very touchy area, and I don't think that you should be talking about the revenue that's like, or in a sense of like, oh yeah, have you made $1 million from?
But can you see we're in that era of kind of people want to know like.
But the content that I make,
the sensationalism of it.
Yeah, the reason why I started making the content that I made on YouTube with no edits, I could be in Dubai doing vlogs and driving this car that, and I'm not doing that. I make basic content is because I want to connect with just normal people. So I don't want to answer that.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Where are we? Are people in the scene afraid to challenge you because of your street reputation?
Nah.
No?
Well, look at Funky Dee. He's not really street worthy, but so that nah.
Have you ever been snaked by someone close to you? What happened? How did you handle it? I think we've covered that, I think. Yeah. Do you think UK influencers are clout chasers with no real business sense?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't think many influencers actually have good business sense.
And then what do you think about all of these OF girls? Because I've had a few sat here. What's your thoughts on the way these lot are making revenues?
So here's my thing with the OF girls is, as long as it's not my family, my daughter, do what you got to do, man. Like, look, we live in a world of like, that's your world. I don't approve of it. I don't entertain it. I don't do that. And this is another thing with Likkleman is there's been a time where people have reached out to man for Likkleman to do sex tapes with the girl dwarf, and I've said, nah, bro, as a Muslim, I could never condone that. My man's on it. I could never condone that. So the OF side of things is I've never had an OF app. I've never had none of that stuff. But whatever people are doing, as long as it's not my family, I don't care. I'll be honest with you.
No, fair enough. Had to ask. What's the fakest thing about the UK rap scene right now? We're almost there, brother.
No one likes each other.
No one likes.
But everyone likes each other. If you know what I'm trying to say that.
Yeah, but that's how it's always been, isn't it? If you could call out one person in the industry to a one-to-one fight live on camera, who would it be and why? Swerve if you want.
If I was to call out one person in a one-to-one fight, who would it be and why?
Leave it, yeah. You brought DigDat from jail to a record deal. Do you feel he used you and then dumped you when the money came in? We've answered that. Leave that. How do you feel seeing artists who helped blow now rubbing shoulders with industry people who never rated you?
Oh, no, it's fine, man.
Yeah.
It's fine. The industry people, they get paid a check. I don't get paid a check. I don't get paid a salary.
Man gets shares and dividends. Are you all right?
Not a check. I don't get paid a salary. Industry people get paid a salary. Yeah. They can depend on things. I have to go out there and get it with both two different people.
Have you ever physically confronted someone in the industry over disrespect?
Yeah, of course.
Who and what happened? Leave that out.
Oh yeah, leave that out.
And where do you find the line of like chatty patty and just talking? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it can be a very, very fine line in this day and age.
Bro, I'm a content creator. I'm a chatty patty.
What? Okay.
That is it. I'm a content creator. If you're on the internet making content, you can be chat. If people say Bouncers on the internet chatting, well, that is my job. I'm on the internet talking about things. If it's classed as a chatty patty, I'm a content creator. Is what it is.
How does that conflict with like the road ethics or street ethics that you?
I'm not like that's what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about business side of things. I'm not talking about old war marks and this person done that and that. I'm talking about the structure of business. I'm talking about giving people gems of how to do things, what to learn from. So if people watch my content and they don't take gems from it, then my content is not for you.
Right. Fair
That's
enough.
it.
Had to ask, have you ever had to pay people off behind the scenes to keep drama quiet?
No.
There's rumours you were banned from certain venues or platforms. Any truth in that? Okay.
I don't think. No, I'm trying to think. Was I banned from a venue or platform? I don't think I was banned from anywhere. Huh?
What's that? Did you ever catch one of your artists moving snaky with your contacts or money behind your back? Oh, kind of covered that. If the streets made you, do you feel like the industry tried to break you? That's an interesting one. Yeah. Be honest, do you think most of these rappers would survive 24 hours in the real trenches?
Yeah, of course they would. They come from the trenches.
Yeah. Who's fake? Name one. Don't have to.
Who's what?
Who's fake? Name one. I think it means rappers.
Oh, who's fake?
Name one.
Yeah, let me think.
Okay, you want to go there. Go there then, innit?
Who's fake? Name one. Who's fake? Name one. Off my head.
No? Okay, we'll leave that. What does the future hold for you, sir?
The future holds progression. The future holds consistency. The future holds opportunities to our culture.
Yeah.
And do you know what? The future holds health, prayer, and yeah, man, and yeah, whatever. What like everything positive.
Side note: there's a Mount Rushmore 5 faces of like the best music icons.
Yeah.
Who would you put on there?
I'll put Krept Konan.
We'll count it as one.
Yeah, so I count them as one. I would put Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would put Dave. Yeah. How much is that?
The 3.
It's 3. I got 2 more, yeah?
Yep.
I would put Dubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to let them dubs, yeah.
He just woke up.
Yeah. And I will put So Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big. And the best 3 films of all time?
Ooh. Okay, the best 3 film. Gladiator is one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained? No.
Gladiator. You have to put Friday, one of the Fridays.
Yeah.
And bro, you've done me. There's so many.
I know. But it's interesting that you haven't drawn for Scarface.
No, that's cliche, man.
Do you know what?
Past that, man.
I think
Okay,
that-
Gladiator for me. Gladiator Friday, and I'm gonna have to go with Home Alone. I'm gonna have to go with Home Alone, bro. I'm gonna have to go Home Alone because Home Alone.
We grew up on that.
Home Alone is popular to your kids. How about that?
Like
Your
generational.
kids
You
will
know,
watch it.
it actually ain't.
It's
They actually like
it-
these kids didn't know they're into anime.
Yeah, but bro,
It's
if
not
you
crazy.
put on
Nah,
Home
Home
Alone,
Alone's a
if you put on
generational
Home
thing,
Alone,
bro.
they know what Home Alone is. That's
Yeah.
why it's crazy.
Side note, Carlito's Way is better than Scarface. I'm put that out there. I don't business.
Do you
I'll
know
sit here
what?
with
Do
a
you know
5-hour
what?
podcast
Do you
with
know what?
anybody
I think I'm gonna have to
who,
go with you on that
who
one.
wants to tell me otherwise. Gentlemen, is there anything that you would like to say whilst we're here? Is there
No, thank you for having us.
no,
Thank you, man.
anything we haven't cut? I'd like to say thank you so much for your time. So
Thank you, man.
Are you happy? Is my final question.
Yeah, I'm happy. Obviously,
see
guys,
it?
look, this one was like a. If you look at all of my other podcasts, this one here, I was ready for it, man. So
That's all right.
it was a venting one because
It seemed like it needed to happen, though.
it needed to come out.
It needed to
Do you
come
know
out
what
of
I
your
mean?
system.
So,
do you
yeah,
know what I
man.
mean?
But alhamdulillah,
I want to say thank you for your time.
Thank
I
you, my
genuinely mean that. You reached out. It's
Thank
very,
you.
very kind of you.
Thank you,
I
my
know
bro.
I'm going to get some type of phone calls left, right, and centre. Don't shoot the messenger. Look, it's only right. I give you the right to reply. I'm bloody Switzerland out here. I'm neutral. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, sir. Safe travels home. God bless. We out. Peace.